Folks, sorry to keep you waiting there. I think it's to go to the bathroom. I definitely need to pee. I desperately need to pee. Not definitely. Thank you, Matterpod. But my brother's in the bathroom. The reason I was like a couple of minutes late rather than just coming back is because I thought I'd heard him finish in the shower, and he was like just kind of like wiping down the panes and like should be toweling off and getting dressed or whatever, but. I don't know. He's taking his time. I was like, okay, I'll just keep those guys waiting another minute or two. That's fine. I really need to pee, so I'll hang on. 2 minutes later, I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing there? Casual Mur. All right there, bro. How you doing? You well? What, The Witcher? No. I played this at release, buddy. But it's going to be the first time playing it in, like, well, like 8, 9, 10 years, however long ago it was. Thank you, Kuma. Yeah, Kuma, have you played The Witcher? Are you a fan of it? Let me go. There we go. Let's get it set up here. I don't know where I want my face on the screen, but I'll leave it there for now. But how you doing, Mer? Are you well, buddy? How's life treating you, sir? You well? You hanging in there? How's work? How's everything? Sign up to Red Launcher. In-game rewards for your favorite CD Projekt Red titles. Extra to digital goodies. Oh, a digital goodie. Oh, give me that digital goodie. Up to date on all the latest news. I think we can manage without a Red Launcher account.
Can I sit here?
Of course you can, Lady Lunala. Of course you can. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Have you found us today because you're a fan of The Witcher? Welcome in. Oh, it's got its own bloody screen and stuff here. Let me just get the game up and running. Oh, wow. It's its own like kind of launcher. We can access the Gwent card game and also Cyberpunk as well from it, apparently. Anyway, just click play and hopefully it loads up. Weird. So I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was just going to throw us straight right in the game. We there? We getting there? Okay. Skip that.
I see you gather before me.
Oh.
Hungry, terrified.
So let me oh, it pauses when you tab out of it. That's kind of handy. Let me get the actual game. We've got a little thing going now. You got sacked yesterday. What the fuck, Ma? That sounds like some bullshit, bud. Now, was it a temporary thing, Mer? They weren't like, oi, by the way, Casual Mer, you're shit. Get out of here. Can't imagine that. It wasn't for you. Oh, that's... Some jobs are like that, Mer. There's some jobs that I went into, started a job, and I'd work there for like 1 week, and then just never return. I think there's even one that I even went into for a day, and I was like, "What is this shit? Fuck this." And then other places where I'd work out for 10 years, but that's another thing. Travis, no worries, buddy. Thank you so much for hanging out, bro. I appreciate you greatly. No, yeah, of course. You know where I am anytime. I'll look forward to seeing you in the future, Travis. And if there's anything I can help with, buddy, just message me. Oh. Well, look, Metapod, you're the Tamagotchi expert, if anybody is. You tell me. You gotta go. One didn't. But yeah, I'll see what you're saying. From your point of view, the programming, the code is the same. Yeah, one did a thing and one didn't. Yeah. How trust the... I'm sure you do, Mer. You're like a very chill guy. Just trust the process, Mer. something else will come along, and it will be better for you. Yeah, I'm sure of it, buddy. Oh, it's kind of like that. Oh, sorry, they were like, get out of here. Well, don't stress yourself, buddy. That's the thing. If it's, there's no point in working hard for the sake of it, you know. I've made that mistake, working real hard, because that's just my nature for companies that do not give a shit or appreciate you. Anyway, you sort your room out, Root. We'll see you back later. Yeah, that's Mer, bro. You've got the perfect attitude for it, sir. Yeah, so a lot of people in your situation, Mer, would be like quite anxiety riddled, panicky, even like, oh, I had a job, but now I don't have a job. Oh, what am I gonna do? Look at it as an opportunity. The world is your oyster. You know, I'm sure you're not going to be like homeless on the street a week from now without a job, are you? I assume. You've still, you know, you're a man who's taking care of his own biz, and you've got some support around you, I expect, some degree. Take it as an opportunity. I would literally not be streaming now 2.5 years after I first started. I would not have even started the Twitch channel if it wasn't for me just taking a chance. Yeah, I'll believe in you, Mo. Whatever you choose to do. Always here if you need me for anything, buddy. I can't offer Mo any advice. Well, I'm here if you need it, sir. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, stream. Just stream more. Yeah, you know, do that. Just got his coffee going. Excellent. Yeah, Mer, and obviously you saw my message. Yeah, I've got Game Pass for the next couple of months. I know Steph's going to be busy, like, moving soon. So yeah, I'm available any Saturday. You guys just get at me. I'm down for more Borderlands. But yeah, here we go. And yeah, Mer, I'm sure you're a fan of this game, The Witcher. I'm excited. Yeah, let's get to it.
Clutching your babes to your breast. Emperor Emir has marched his legions into our lands, laid siege to
Wow,
every
what a nice guy.
fortress from here to the Blue Mountains. Rabid and ravenous, he bites and bites away. Men of the North, you stand at the precipice. Your kings have failed you, so now you turn to the gods.
The Emperor is attacking the North.
You do not kneel to dust your heads with ash.
No,
Instead,
seemingly.
you wail, why have the gods forsaken us? We must look into the trials we failed long ago. In a time past, our world intertwined with another through an upheaval scholars call the conjunction of the spheres.
Okay.
The
Crossing
gods
of
allowed
worlds.
unholy forces to slip into our domain.
Oh.
The offspring of that cataclysm was the nefarious force called magic.
Okay, that's the creation of magic.
Yet we did not banish it, instead studying the vile arcane for our own power and wealth. And the monsters at our door, the unholy relics of this conjunction. The trolls, the corpse eaters, the werewolves. Did we raise our swords against them? Or have we laid this burden on others?
Yes,
So-called
you have.
witches. Stray children taught the ways of foul sorcery, their bodies mutated through blasphemous ritual. Sent to fight monsters, though they could not distinguish good from evil. The flicker of humanity, long extinguished within them.
I think that's the general gist of what most people think of witches. They're monsters themselves.
Years, but a few still roam our lands, offering their bloody work for coin. To this day, they shame us with their very existence.
Shamed by their existence. What the hell?
Flogged by war. The battles are the gods' whip, chastisement for our sins. And let us not forget the terrors, the scourges from beyond our world. The wild hunt rides the sky with every full moon. The dark raiders abduct our children into lands unknown.
God, it's amazing.
Say they herald a second conjunction. Can we chart a course back into the light? Will we find the strength to banish the mages from our kingdoms, unite around the warmth of the eternal fire. Nigh is the time of the sword and axe. None will fight this war in our stead. Nigh is the time of madness and disdain.
Well, it's set in a cool picture. Yeah, Meta, the art style is superb there. I don't think that is most of the game, though. And yeah, that voice actor also did an excellent job there, Red Mage. Patch 4.0 highlights. New content. That's cool. Photo mode, I don't think that matters. Cross progression. Cross progression, yeah. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Integrated mods. Fully integrated some incredible community-made mods into the game, including 4K textures. Doesn't matter. Highly detailed monsters and more. Okay, we'll see about that. Quality of life improvements on the controls. Dynamic UI customization. Faster sign casting. Alternate default camera, as well as other tweaks to provide a smoother, more modernized gameplay experience. Yeah, when this game was released, that was one of the very few criticisms it had. It felt the controls and the UI was not quite on point. The camera was a little bit weird and unresponsive. The movement was a bit weird. That is one thing you can say about CD Projekt Red. They are like fully invested in the game, this game that they put out, as in this is a game for all time. It's not just we're just putting it out to make some money. This 4.0 patch, I think this came out like relatively recently. This is a game that's almost 10 years old, folks, and they're still patching it, and not patching it in the sense that it's broken, but trying to make it the very best possible game to exist throughout the history of video gaming. So I respect them for that, because that's how I feel about games. I like to cover games where games that stand the test of time, that are always going to be good. So good on them for getting on it. Again, anything that is actually new or improved is all going to be brand new to me, so I'm kind of excited about that. Obviously got my stupid face down the bottom left at the minute. I might move that to somewhere else on the screen once we get into the game. Probably whatever's going to be least obstructive of subtitles or UI elements. Let's see. To make the games as good as possible, I'd like to ask you to collect and process your analytics data. Error reports, general gameplay statistics. 100% anonymous. Yeah, I don't care if they want to collect data about the game. This doesn't bother me. Okay, let's quickly look over the options. Audio. We're going to turn the effects down to 90 and the music down to 80. That's the balance. I discussed this before, didn't I? Voice, most important. Effects, then music. As long as you can hear them all. Dynamic range, I guess, was headphones for me. No, will come out for you guys, but that's what we're doing for me. Right, control settings. Now, I'm not using a mouse. I'm going to be playing this on controller. So, I guess it's probably all fine as it is at the minute. Oh, vibration. No, I'm not into vibration. Adaptive triggers. Now, I assume that means get different response by how fully you press the trigger in. Trigger effect intensity. Swap the confirm and cancel buttons. No, I don't know that. I think confirms A and cancels B. So, alternative quick access menu control. I don't know what that is, so I'll leave it off for now. Controller scheme. Okay, just to remind myself. So yes, stick is movement. I'll press it in to sprint. Press it twice to call your horse. Look around and click your right stick to change your objective. So A is interact, B is jump, and also I think cancel. And X and Y are your fast, quick and strong attacks. Your sign is your right trigger. Witcher sensors, I think that's like your Batman vision, or your Assassin's vision from Assassin's Creed. Eagle vision. That's left trigger. Access your quick menu with the left bumper and use your quick item that you've accessed with your right bumper. Pause menu and game menu. I don't remember this music. It sounds super epic. And finally, yes, D-pad. Left draws out your steel sword and right draws out your silver sword. Up to use consumable 1 and down to use consumable 2, whatever you put in your slot. Yeah, I should probably mention this about Witchers. They have 2 swords. An iron, or rather, sorry, steel sword and a silver sword. Silver is used for monsters. Most monsters take more damage from silver. Obviously, that's taken from, you know, like werewolf lore. But it affects most monsters. Some monsters are not even affected by steel at all. Is it an iron sword? I think he has a steel sword, not iron. But however, fighting humans or anything that's not a monster, you want to use your steel sword. Oh, okay. It's exploration. Okay, that's if you want to see the there we go. Combat. Dodge is B and roll is A. Lock on with your right stick. Okay, that's cool. Parry or counter attack with your left trigger. Okay. We could probably work out horse riding and sailing. Fine. Keybinds. Don't think I need to change any of these. It should like default with the controller. Gameplay. I'll keep the tutorials on. Automatic finishers. Okay, I'll keep those on. Unless I feel that's cheating. Manual sword drawing and sheathing. I think they the difference with that is if you have it off like it is, he'll automatically draw the appropriate sword in combat rather than you have to press it. Don't need color blind options on. Fisheye effect, I don't know if that's appropriate. Movement response. Quick sign casting. Standard or quick? Oh, okay. I guess I'll leave it on standard as a default. Okay, camera distances. We'll leave them all on close for now. Auto save interval every 10 minutes. I think we'll get away with 15. Enemy upscaling. So I assume that means enemies level up with you. I don't think they should do that, personally. Alternate appearances of main characters. I guess I'll leave these off for now. Additional Gwent card set. Yeah, we'll turn that on. Hell yeah. Damn, sorry, there's a lot of options here, folks. We're just going to get through this as quickly as possible. Okay, it's just heads up display stuff if you want to turn it off. Let's rescale the HUD. That looks to be good. Now I wonder if I should turn the graphics down slightly, honestly. I'll probably put it on high, I expect. See what it looks like. What's it on default? No. Let's throw a gamma display. Yep. Yep. Cool. I think we're almost done, folks. Okay, we are. New game. Don't have New Game Plus. Right, the two major DLCs are Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine, and you can kind of just choose to get a randomly appropriate leveled Geralt and just do that DLC. Obviously, we're doing the whole thing. Right, Death March. You're truly insane and loving it. That sounds like C-Star. Just the story. That's too easy. Story and Sword. You're happy to be challenged. Blood and Broken Bones. You're a seasoned, demanding gamer. Tempting. I believe you can change these at any time. So we'll just go the Story and Sword, the standard difficulty at the minute. If I do feel it's too easy, like I'm just like steamrolling it, we can up it to the Blood and Broken Bones. Death March, that I'm not feeling it at the minute. Anyway, sorry, I'm a bit behind on chatter. Interesting, you play it. I can imagine using mouse to you go through your menus, but I can't imagine using mouse and keyboard to fight in this game. I don't like using mouse and keyboard for most games. I'm a bit of a controller noob. Scrub, that's the word. On quality, on high quality, Jack. Yeah, my PC's not the greatest, but so it goes. It looks fine at the minute in the menu. But anyway, let's go. New game. Show tutorials. I guess I'll say on just to remind myself. Simulate the Witcher 2 save. I don't have one. It's gonna simulate it. I don't know. Is that stuff to? It just doesn't really matter. I barely remember what happened in this game, let alone the previous game. Let's just say off. Just maybe it'll not make references to it. Alright, we've got battle. So there's some kind of empire to the south that is attacking the lands of the north, and it's just taking over and wrecking everything and everyone, basically. That's the setting here. Right, this is Geralt, the fellow we're playing as. Seems to be here after this battle. Oh, wow. Bro, you got a magic raven in the eye. Through the head. Magic raven through the head. It's kind of intense. Yeah, witches are also excellent trackers. Outdoorsmen. Survivalists of every kind of... every interpretation. They got, they've got the skills to do whatever they need to do. Kind of similar to Jedi in this setting, or similar. Geralt's probably got like a similar kind of skill set to like maybe Batman or something like that, I guess. I don't remember this intro at all. Like I say, it's been in a while, to say the least. This fella he's with, I think it's called Vesemir, I think. I think this is his friend Yennefer, maybe. Sort of got caught, yeah, she's a mage. Got caught in some shenanigans right here. As you can see, she's got no small amount of power and skill. Well, I can't imagine why, or certainly she wouldn't want to be in the middle of a battlefield. She obviously got mixed up in something, or has a very good reason to be there. Guess that was a magic burb. It's clearly Geralt and Vesemir are trying to find Yennefer, track her down. For a specific reason? or for the reason of they're just looking out for their friend remains to be seen. Now, Geralt and Yennefer are friends, but they have also been lovers before. But I think they're not like, I think they can compartmentalize pretty well. Both of them, they're not like, they're not a couple. They're not an item, if that makes sense. They're separate individuals. They're not, because they might have got a bit naked before together. It doesn't mean it's a big deal. That's my remembering of it anyway. Akuma. Kaer Morhen, yeah, Witcher Keep. This is their basically their base of operations. Obviously, I'm not sure where this is in relation to anything else in the world at the minute. Have to watch out there, Geralt. He's got a creepy crawly. Get in the tub with you, buddy. They're bonded by destiny, Akuma. It sounds like it. Oh, geez. That creepy crawly just grabbed his... I can't have, because he'd be far more freaked out.
No, I don't find that amusing.
What is that thing? It's a practical joke. Magic crab.
It wasn't meant to amuse, but to prod you to hurry. It's midday already.
Hurry up, Geralt.
You promised Ciri you'd train with her. Go before Vesemir bores her to death with those etchings.
As you can see, he's Geralt's pretty built, and he's been through many a battle.
So, later then.
See you later.
Little kiss first. I mean, she got that booty, hasn't she? Kind of distracting. Cool, right, should put some clothes on. Right, okay, cool. We're playing the game. Yes, welcome to the game. Introduce the game's core elements. Each message will be received with a glossary. And as this goes along, we'll need this less and less, but go to the options menu to disable the tutorial. That's fine. There you go. So on the... At the minute, we're in the best corner. So I think the top right would be not the best, because we've got the mini-map and our time of day. We've got our quest markers and our objective there. Use your Witcher sensors to find the key to the bedroom door. Yeah, there you go. Mini-map and your objectives. And contextual controls, presumably down the bottom right there. There we go. So we get these, like, Batman sensors there.
You're running out of juice.
I know. You might bring me some more once you're done training.
I assume juice is you know, wine. Oh, there we go. We got a key. Excellent. Anything else around here? Probably not.
See, I thought Ciri could stand to wait a little longer.
It's uninstructive, not to mention unreasonable.
Let's be unreasonable. I want to stay with you a little longer. It'll be fine. You're right. I should go see Ciri. So Ciri is, I believe she is a Witcher in training, like a Padawan. If we're using the Jedi equivalent. I don't know if it's, because obviously with the Jedi, you have one master, and they have, you know, each Padawan has one specific master. I don't know if Geralt is her specific master, so to speak. I don't know what the term they use is, but or if it's just all the other Witchers train up the other youngsters, Padawans. But it seems like at the moment, Yen's saying, "Oh, you better go sort her out." You're right.
Yeah, better go see Ciri.
Go and train with her, then come back. It'll give me a chance to put my face on.
Put your
Of all
face
the
on.
women I've known, you're the only one who does that before.
You've known many.
Of course,
What's
yes.
it matter? Only ever thought of you.
Nah. Smooth talker. He's like, yes, I've had sex with many, many women, but I was only thinking about you every time. Don't worry. All right, Geralt. But I don't know if she means put her face on. Obviously, that means put your makeup on, but I mean, she looks like she's
Got
already
any
made up.
clothes that aren't black or white?
Undergarments.
All right, that's obviously a vibe, black and white. Which, you know, seems reasonable.
Nothing but silver.
Gold clashes with my complexion. You should know that.
That's fair. It's silver jewelry. I'm not really a jewelry kind of guy, but each their own.
Shit.
I do kind of wow,
Mountain Pass is beautiful as ever.
isn't it though? Looking pretty good. This is definitely looking better than when I played this on Xbox One when it was released. I'll tell you that. God, yeah, I'd live here. Anyway, let's go instruct Ciri.
Old Witcher's fast asleep. Ciri's disappeared somewhere, of course. Guess she prefers practice to theory.
What?
Time to wake up, Master. These lessons so boring they put you to sleep too?
Damn it. After taking notes on ghouls and owl-ghouls, wanted to rest my eyes a bit.
Making her slog through that brick? No wonder she took off.
John of Bruges lacks flair, true, but he's reliable. Not like the hogwash they print nowadays. She's tackling the pendulums, right?
Okay, so it seems like Ciri training to be a
How
witcher.
many times do I have to tell her? Don't train alone. It only embeds your errors. Bring our young damsel to the lower courtyard. She wants to practice, she'll get to practice.
Don't get mad at her. He's not really mad. Yeah, we've probably spoiled
Gotta
her.
admit, we've spoiled her.
We've spoiled her. I've been saying it from the start. Ciri needs a firm hand.
Been saying that true, but you let her walk all over you just like the rest of us do.
Yep.
Fine. I suppose I'm partly to blame. But this has to end. Now. Killing monsters is not something to be taken lightly. Ciri must understand that, if she's to become one of us. I'll see you below.
So you probably noticed their freaky eyes.
Wrong. Now I see why you were so eager to practice. Strike.
Okay, so she's making mistakes, but
You're not in a circus. Pirouette. Wrong. Footwork.
that's kind of cool. Blindfolded with that pendulum swinging back and
Get
forth.
down.
With a flip?
What do you think?
Yep. So yeah,
Alright.
extremely
Take
skilled
off the blindfold.
acrobatic.
You've got work to do. Your reflexes are still slow.
I mean,
Maybe for a witcher.
Think drowners or striggers will go easy on you because you haven't undergone the mutations? Though in your shoes, I'd fear Vesemir more than any strigger. Disobeying his instructions? Unwise.
Well, yes, but that book was horribly dull.
I know.
No doubt.
And you know that's no excuse.
I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
Yeah. Some of the dialogue options don't really affect too much, and some of it kind of does in the moment. Yeah, better not, young lady.
Better not. Vesemir said if it does, he'll make you eat a bowl of slugs covered in salt.
You!
Exactly. So you'd best behave. Come on. We'll practice with the others down below.
Shall we run the walls?
Of course. Begin tutorial.
Of course. This a Witcher school or an elven bathhouse?
To the bottom.
Maybe if you fall.
B2 jump things. Oh.
What did I tell you about breathing? Through your mouth, in rhythm with your steps. Siri, cut it out.
Breathe through your mouth. That's interesting. I think breathing through your nose is more appropriate. But...
Run into trouble? Should I turn back and help you?
Oh, right, you're gonna be like that. All right, I want to beat
I
you.
win.
Your legs are longer.
Lol.
Show you yet.
Yo, comic, how you
Just need
doing?
to grow a bit.
Yeah, you should need to grow a bit, dear. All right. Comic, how you doing, buddy? Are you a fan of The Witcher? Have you played it at all? Yeah, it definitely
no.
seems better,
Vesemir's got that
smoother, and
What
better
did you
looking
expect?
than I played it last. You just chilling?
Anything to say for yourself, young lady?
I'm very sorry, Uncle Vesemir.
Young blood craves action, I understand that. But when you fight a beast, knowledge counts as much as your silver sword. At the very least, you ought to be able to tell a ghoul from an owl ghoul.
By markings, like unto the Panthera tigris that in Zeracania dwells, and by the sickly paleness of its visage.
So you did read the chapter. Still, you should have asked if...
But you were asleep, Uncle Vesemir.
No. Because you did the exercise while Vesemir was asleep. Yeah, we need to put her in her place a little bit. Interesting comic. Yeah, that's encouraging her too much. We want to encourage her, but she seems like she's wilding out a little bit.
Don't try to weasel your way out of this.
A witcher must know how to trick his opponent. You said so yourself.
Might have. But don't use my words of wisdom on Vesemir, got it? That's playing with fire.
Fine, we've talked enough. Geralt, you're with me, Lambert with Eskel, Ciri with the dummy.
Again?
Stop groaning and grab a sword. What do you think? Should we start by reviewing the fundamentals or go right to free training?
Better fundamentals, please, as it's the tutorial.
Should work on the basics. Even skilled masters need to hone the fundamentals, and Ciri's barely a novice.
Draw your sword, Geralt!
Must be prepared to fight foes of all kinds, be they plate-clad knights, ethereal wraiths, or bone-crunching giants. To match the strengths and exploit the weaknesses of different enemies, witches need to use a variety of weapons and combat techniques. The core tools of their trade are their swords. One steel for fighting humans and non-humans. That's everything, isn't it? The other silver for monsters. Which is also mastered a simpler form of combat magic. These signs are not as powerful as the spells wielded by mages, but they can be cast very quickly with simple one-handed gestures, making them quite useful in the heat of combat. Witches are also adept in basic alchemy. They can brew powerful potions, blade oils, and bombs, all of which give them a keen advantage when fighting stronger or faster foes. Okay. Right, so steel on the left, silver on the right. Yeah, it looks far better than what I remember. Right, so press your right stick to select or deselect a target. When you target selected, all your attacks are directed towards it. Excellent. You don't have to select a target during combat, but doing so will help you focus on a specific opponent. Yeah. If you're surrounded, maybe
Quick
not.
cuts.
But...
1, 2, 3. Strong strikes now. Give it all you got. Never lock your elbow when striking, young lady. Dodge.
Position, Ciri. Footwork. Remember.
To dodge to one side, indicate direction, and press B. Well, the direction I was going for.
Come on, at them.
Oh, roll out of the way of blows is A. I guess that's a bigger dodge.
Slow as a fly trapped in amber today. Do it again.
We'll see.
Parry. Ciri, see how Geralt holds his sword, its angle?
What am I supposed to parry?
Uh.
Being a stupid dummy.
Pretend now, live later. Riposte! Strike!
Right.
Counter-strike!
Counter-attack. Press left trigger just before the opponent strikes for a counter-attack. There we go.
Maybe a storm's coming.
Sliced your jugular.
Had enough?
Yeah, parries are good if you can time them, get them down.
Now, young lady, to bring the day to a close, we'll go over a few witches' signs. Let's start with Gwen.
Okay, press left bumper there. Cool. Okay, this is all your items or just your signs? I'm not sure. Look at all the others. So yeah, these are your basic signs. I think you only get these 5. So Erden is a magic trap you put on the ground. It has various effects when enemies walk onto it. Quen, probably arguably the best sign. I know Sea Star feels it's quintessential to use. Sorry, that is a defensive sign. It gives you a one-hit shield. I think the good thing about Quen, in the fact that it's shield, it's like it will prevent any hit. It could be the most powerful attack in the game, but it will stop it. Very good tactic. The one that I like to try and employ, but it kind of depends. It could keep your Quen up at all times. There's various upgrades to it later on. Igni is a basic fire attack. It's not like a fireball or anything, but you just quickly blast fire in front of you. set enemies on fire or just do a bit of damage to just kind of stun them or stagger them. Axie. Influence opponents' minds. I don't remember that one too well. I'll have to... You might be able to make human enemies like fight on your side or something. We shall see. An Ard is literally the Jedi Force push. Just it, simple as that. It's OP, is it, Akuma? Yeah, I like to favour Quen for in combat out of all of the 5 signs. But they all have their uses. I do like the fact that they're not like super powerful, but they're more like useful tools in your toolkit, and that there's only 5. That gives you some idea of a witcher's abilities with magic. They are very specific and very limited, but far above and beyond what an average human in this world can do. But compared to, say, Yennefer, it's like simplistic. So anyway, let's use some Quen, shall we? And it's right trigger to cast sign. There we go.
Quen is sometimes called the Witcher's Shield.
Yeah, Witcher's
Now watch
Shield.
carefully not to see why.
There you go, saw that. Protects against damage and certain critical effects.
Cast Ignib, Geralt. I want to see sparks fly. See? If not
Nice.
for the Quen sign, I'd be aflame by now.
Indeed.
All right, Geralt, come on.
There we go. Ard is the push. Oh.
See that, Siri? Ard will knock anyone or anything off balance. Time for Axie. Damn it. I hate this feeling.
Oh, right, okay. Influence his mind. Okay. Stunned him.
Axie can really muddle your mind.
Disoriented.
Erden now. Show her, Geralt. See this, Siri? Couldn't move if I wanted to.
Oh. Yeah, you see the purple markers on the floor there.
Bomb. Don't worry, Siri. Quen will dampen the blow.
I don't think she's worried. So I think at the start, Erden kind of slows them down when they walk into the area, so you can kind of get around them fairly well. And Axie just kind of disorientates them. And I got bombs as well, training bomb. And beta throw. Nice. Okay, that's basic training done there. Cool. I'm fairly happy with that. What am I shouting about? Bomb aiming. So hold to aim. Okay. What did I miss? Oh yeah, I got it there. Combat tutorial is over. You can continue training by Vesemir or stop. Simply shoot your sword. Yeah, I think we got the basics.
Continue
here.
training at will.
Ever fight a witcher?
Oh, I guess I'll train for a second. Just kick my ass. We're done. We're done with Vesemir before the old man beats me. You want to just constantly keep your Quen up, Akuma. Sea Star. How you doing, Sea Star?
Whoa!
Do you like
You
this
really
game?
Showed him, kid.
Siri,
might.
get down here.
We've literally just started
Little
Sea Star.
she-devil. Soon as she's back, we'll set her to polishing all the swords at Kaer Morhen.
Find that helmet?
How you doing, Sea Star? Are you well? You having a rough day?
Siri?
There you go. Well, anything I can do to help at all? It's not much.
I'll make sure to find every last blade for you.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited, Seastar. It's been a while. I've seen you play this a bunch. I've seen, I think I've seen Faye play a bit as well. What's going on here? Oh. Sorry, is there a dead body in this training dummy? Oh, that's not good, is it? It's suddenly snowing. Okay, it's tripping out. Oh, wow. The undead ship of scary guys.
I've long awaited this, and you, White Wolf.
Oh. It's disturbing.
No!
So yeah, the White Wolf is one of Geralt's nicknames as well. So some kind of weird vision, and clearly, okay, he's dreaming all that. It's a nightmare. So I guess that was, I think, yeah, okay, May 1272. Temeria, road to Vizima.
You all right?
I guess that was a while ago, maybe years ago.
Had a nightmare.
About?
Take forever to explain.
No, that's from his.
Dawn some way off. We've got time.
I can talk to Vesemir about it. I don't care. I don't want to talk about it. You might have some insight.
Started in the guest room at Kaer Morhen. I was relaxing in the tub, and next to me,
Triss?
Yennefer. Funny, isn't it?
Triss's
She's
southern
never
girlfriend.
been there. Seemed so real in my dream, though.
Oh,
Was she nagging you about
interesting. Oh, I don't want that.
True to life, indeed. We'll find her.
Okay, interesting. So that was literally just a dream. Everything we've just experienced. Obviously, Geralt and Yennefer have had a relationship in the past, but she's never been to Kaer Morhen, so that should have been a clue. But dun dun dun. Yes, Seastar. I remember the overall vibe and roughly the main story of this game, but I don't. It's been so many years since I've played it, and obviously, anytime I've seen you play it, I've just seen you murdering dudes to steal a goat's hide. So, or you know, getting up to other shenanigans. So I want to treat the playthrough as though I don't really know what's going on with my, you know, rhetorical questions and such. Anyway, onwards with the dream. Then we train with Ciri.
In the dream, I went and found Ciri. Then we trained.
Those were the days. Little she-devil.
Those were the days, so it's obviously a while
I
ago.
trained kids who were faster, stronger, but none had her character. Didn't end well, did it? Your dream?
No. The Wild Hunt appeared, attacked Ciri. I couldn't move, stood there like a stump.
It's not good.
It was just a dream.
Was it just a dream, though? Might mean she's in danger.
That's the problem. It was more.
Yeah, it seemed more than a random dream, didn't it?
When Ciri'd appear in my dreams, something was wrong. She was in danger.
We taught her how to defend herself from anything, wraiths included.
So it seems like they've not had contact with her any time in the recent past. She's out there doing her thing. I guess she's a full-fledged Witcher now. I guess aside from when they meet up and go back to Kaer Morhen and, you know, just hanging out and stuff, they're basically just out in the world on their own, doing their own thing. So I guess she's out there somewhere doing her own thing. Obviously, I guess I mean, I understand witches don't or can't have children. So I guess Ciri is kind of like a daughter figure to Geralt, even though she's not actually. So obviously he's concerned about her.
Be dawning soon. Time to go.
Soon? Looks like it's already here.
Wait.
Yeah, murdering and
letter from
looting.
Yennefer.
That's Seastar's
I've
way
overlooked
of doing
some
things.
hint in there.
Didn't overlook anything. We were meant to meet in Willoughby. That's what she wrote. Meanwhile, one army or another burned the village to the ground. All we can do is follow her trail, so...
Stop talking for a minute and give me the letter. Ah, how about that? It does smell of lilac and gooseberries.
You were gonna read it, not sniff it.
We must meet soon. Willoughby near Vizima. Nothing else to guide us there. What's this postscript? I still have the unicorn?
Oh. What the? Doc, how you doing? No, no. I feel that the Witcher 2 and 3 are distinct enough that, you know, I don't need to do them in order. That's my feeling anyway. And there's no calls from the producers to cover The Witcher 2, so no. And then if I was going to take that stance, I would be like, well, if we're doing The Witcher 2, insisting on doing that first, I guess I would feel we'd have to do The Witcher 1 as well. It's the potions do sterilize them. Oh, okay, interesting, sister. And she's not actually a Witcher, so does that mean she never took the mutagens to turn her into one? They just trained her in a very, presumably to the circumstance. I mean, that was in that scene there. That was the it seemed like that was the plan. They were training her to become a Witcher. But interesting. Yeah, I don't remember any of that. How you doing, Doc? Are you well? That's private. I'm not trying to hide anything. A stuffed unicorn. So unicorns are real creatures. And this one was dead and taxidermied unicorn. We used it as a bed once. I mean, like, is that what you're saying? Like, what? A stuffed unicorn. Right, are they working on it, C-Star? Yeah, I've never played the first one. The second one was a really, really rather good. I really enjoyed it, and it led to my hype for this game a little bit. Well, I never played the first one. I've heard it's a little clunky, but who knows? Yeah, if they're remastering C-Star 1 and 2, especially if they did it like as a double package, because The Witcher 2 is like 10% of the size of this game, so it's like, you know, compared to this, it's not a very bit long or expansive game, but they like did the first two games remastered into their you know, their own like double package. That could be like a cool thing to get. I've got nothing to hide. I'll tell them about sexy times if you want to know.
Stuffed unicorn. Used it once or twice in certain situations.
The things young folk get up to these days.
Back on topic. How's it look? How far behind Yennefer are we?
2 or 3 days. Trail's fresh, but it looks like it leads towards the main road. Could be muddled there. Wait.
Oh.
Hear that?
I hear it. I smell it. Ghouls.
Wow, okay, here we go. So, attacked by ghouls. So basically, we don't know what's led up to this specifically. But Yennefer sent a letter to Geralt being like, yes, we need to meet up. I need to talk to you. So Geralt's like, cool, okay, I'll meet up with you. I'm not too busy at the minute. Taking Vesemir with him. Maybe he wasn't busy. Maybe they're just hanging out at Kaer Morhen, and he was like, yeah, come with. I don't know. But there's obviously war. The land is at war at the minute, so looks like she got caught up in that. The place they were supposed to meet is now destroyed, so they're literally following her trail to track her down. So that's for now. Anyway, attacked by ghouls. Life on the continent and in the Skellige Isles is nasty, brutish, and short. War lays waste to the land, and those it spares live in fear of the countless monsters lurking outside every town and village. Wonderful. Monsters are shown with a silver health bar above their heads, indicating that you should fight them with your silver sword. Excellent. Okay. But as we know, it's quintessential. Okay, sorry. The stamina there. There we go. God, there's a lot of them, isn't there? Scary, aren't they? Adrenaline points. Yeah, I think I possibly have my cam in the right corner here. Striking opponents generates adrenaline. I see the yellow bars are magic, so I think you have to wait for that to be full to use it, and it constantly refreshes. Obviously, the big red bar is our hit points. And I think it's the little thin little white bar above that. Is that our XP bar, maybe? Anyway, adrenaline, which I guess is the red under our magic bar. Striking opponents generates adrenaline. Certain abilities you can acquire allow you to perform special attacks that require and consume these points. Adrenaline slowly declines when you're not engaged in combat. So if you hit enemies, you're gaining it. It doesn't deplete in combat, and obviously it's all gone outside of combat, but it gives you special moves, which I assume we don't have any at the moment.
Of course. When armies pass, necrophages follow. Let's go before any more show up.
Okay, you can regenerate vitality by eating or drinking, or by meditating for at least 1 hour. However, while playing on Blood and Broken Bones and Deathmatch difficult levels, meditation does not regenerate vitality. So I might want to up the difficulty if I want, yeah. Food and drink can be placed in your consumable slots for quick use with up and down. You have some food equipped in your upper consumable slot. Press up to eat it. Yeah, got some bread. That's the one thing. You can't see more slots because my face is in the way, but I think that's the place where it's least in the way. Nom nom nom. Okay, there we go. Maybe I should change it then to make it more like worthwhile. Picking up food and drink and potions and stuff. It's not just like they're not going to be worthless. They'll actually be worth something if I'm taking damage and not, you know, because if otherwise on normal you're like, oh, I'm damaged, okay, let's meditate. Oh, I'm healed up. Let's try it. Not because I feel I require the extra difficulty, but that feels more appropriate to me. There we go. Not on the death march like Sea Star's got, but yeah, Blood and Broken Bones. Let's do that. That'll be more worthwhile. Anyway, we'll walk up to your horse and press A to mount. And now before we do that, let's put our sword away. There we go. We'll loot the monsters. Always loot monsters you kill. Venom extract and ghoul's blood. I assume that's it to make potions with or something. Or to sell, maybe. Monster tongue. Lovely. We'll look at those in the menu in a second. Oh, cool. It shows you the dead bodies on your mini-map. Nice. Sorry, before we head on, let me just check. Hellebore petals. Okay, cool. You can just go along and pick up plants and stuff. I'm not going to go out my way because we'll be there for like ever. Doesn't seem that important. Okay, so meditation. You just sit down and sort yourself out. Cool. There we go. So some stuff on this screen here. So top left, 6 out of 60. I think that's carry weight. I remember. I don't know how they've changed it, and C-Star can probably speak on this. Not necessarily the change, but I see C-Star running around picking up everything in sight. My recollection, and I think most items don't weigh very much. I think it's very generous with how much you can actually carry. I think the heavier items are weapons and armor. Now, you do kind of want to pick up everything to sell, whether you can use it as a crafting material or sell it. But if you... I do remember times where you just looting everything from everyone, and you... I get to the point where you're over encumbered, and you're like, okay, I better ditch some of these cheap weapons or cheap armors I've picked up. Next number along 250, I guess that's money. I don't know if this is gold, crowns, maybe. No worries, C-Star. Yeah, looting is the way, says Scoo. Yeah, everything. Now, I'm not going to go everything, C-Star, but we shall see. We'll see. Yeah, well, I've already had my midstream coffee. I don't think we need it. What time? God, it's a 7. So we're not going to get too much progress in our first stream of The Witcher today, but we're going to do what we can in 2 hours. If we start looking at the menu, I'm going to step out for 1 minute, guys. I don't know how long ago it was I went on... where we go? Sorry, pull up over yes for a second. I don't know how long ago it was I went on my break and made coffee and drank coffee. I've been needing to pee since then. I think it was like an hour ago. It was over an hour ago. I am busting. So I'll put you on a break for 60 seconds. Actually, I won't even bother to do that. I'm just running up there. I don't sort anything else out. I'll be back in 1 minute, guys. It's ridiculous. Be right back. Oh my god. Sorry about relief. Yeah. I am. So yeah. All jokes aside, C-Star, I do share your philosophy of taking all the loot. I don't know if it was I am as extreme with you with absolutely everything, but I do get it. But anyway, so glossary is if we need any information about anything. Let's look at the characters briefly. I'm going to read. Oh, there we go. A bit of info. Yeah, there you go. It's actually probably kind of important. So let's have a look at this briefly. So there's Cirilla, Fiona, Ellen, Rhiannon. What can I possibly say about her? We call her Ciri for short, and she was born in 1251. They say it was 72, I think, when this scene started. So she's, I don't know how old she was there as a little kid, but she's 19 now, I guess. Is that correct? She has ashen hair and a scar on her cheek. All true, and that's the Cirilla I know best. The one I first laid eyes upon that many years ago. The one who seemed thoroughly, well, not ordinary, but certainly not as extraordinary as she is, in fact, is. For Cirilla is also a highly skilled witcher, heiress to several thrones, the last bearer of the Elder Blood, a powerful source endowed with exceptional magic talent, and the Lady of Time and Space. Her hair colour and date of birth seem rather incidental now, don't they? Sorry? I could also tell you that she is Geralt's adopted daughter, but that would be a gross simplification. Ciri is much more. She is his destiny, his unexpected child, someone bound to the Witcher by fate's most inextricably tangled fetters. Following age-old Witcher tradition, Geralt took Ciri to Kaer Morhen when she came into his care. There, he and Vesemir taught her in the ways of the professional monster slayer. It was then that her magic talents were first revealed. Okay, so then take her in because of her magical talents, but if that was beside the point. And they discovered she was a source. I don't know what that is exactly. Ciri's gift proved a curse as well. Because of it, she would one day have to hide from the entire world, even Geralt. Okay, so she's gone into hiding. She's kind of epic. Yeah, I don't remember any of the specifics, C-Star. Fascinating. Dandelion. Now, I believe he was in the second game. I would wager anyone that you, dear reader, are a person of culture and taste, and therefore already familiar with me, Dandelion, and the role I am to play in the following tale. Nevertheless, allow me to sketch a few lines by way of self-portrait, for the sake of thoroughness, and in the event you have spent much of the last half-century in some dark corner where the light of my star has yet to reach. I do like Dandelion. He's cool. Born in 1229, a talented poet and troubadour, a graduate of Oxenfurt Academy, a frequent performer at royal courts, an unequaled lover, appreciated, and in some cases adored by ladies worldwide. Does this guy sound familiar to anybody, guys? Anybody? Sound like anybody you know? A skilled negotiator and a stirring orator. Such is the image of the bard Dandelion as painted by his friends and promoters. Is that what we say about you, Dandelion? The image is, of course, somewhat over-bright in its colouring. I personally prefer to think of myself as a dedicated artist enthralled to his muse, one whose work has benefited immeasurably from the fact that I am, and forever will remain a close friend and steadfast companion to the Witcher Geralt. It is his fate I chronicle in this present work, and his story which I shall sing till the end of my days. There you go, Dandelion. We'll get more of him later. As you can tell, you got yes, Scoot, agreed. I like him. Thank you, sister. It's hard not to like him. I don't think he has much in the way of fighting ability, if I recall correctly. And I don't remember exactly how him and Geralt became friends, but they are very good friends. They, you know, I don't think they see each other often, but they do have each other's backs. But he is very intelligent. He, as he says, he's a frequent performer at royal courts. You know, he's savvy in the ways of diplomacy, negotiation, you know, kind of social stuff. He's on point. He's got a I guess his only doubt, his flaw is that he has a greater sense of his own abilities and self-worth than maybe he should have. But I think even part of that is kind of a little bit tongue-in-cheek. I think he's really aware of his actual situations. But anyway, so skip Eskel for a second, jump down to Geralt. I will get the frilly outfit with Dandelion cosplay. I need to grow like a stash and a little beardy thing, wouldn't I? Yeah, he's got maxed out charisma stat. Absolutely, C-Star. But yeah, there's no cosplays of Dandelion. There must be loads of cosplays of Geralt. But I don't know. Anyway, let's read about Geralt for a second. Oh, did I scroll through? No, I got it. Many cannot fathom the friendship Geralt of Rivia and I, Dandelion, have shared all these years. When we first began breaking bread together, spiteful Tong said that he'd be better off cutting my throat and dumping my body in a hollow tree, before I provoked someone else into doing the same to us both. Wow. Those individuals spoke out of pure jealousy, for Geralt was my dearest friend, a fact which he gave ample evidence of on numerous occasions. I could say a great deal about that world-famous monster hunter, the man known in Elder speech as Gwynblade, or in our younger, yet no less noble tongue, as the White Wolf. It's Blythe, isn't it? Gwynblythe. Because, of course, I'm thinking of Blythe from Elder Ring. I think it's the same spelling, isn't it? For Geralt of Rivia is a truly exceptional individual. A brief encounter might tempt one to label him a mere swinger of swords, a simple monster catcher, a rough-and-tumble practitioner of a dirty trade. But peer closer, and you'll soon discover he is a man of unplumbed depths, unique views, and vast, world-spanning experience. On the surface, he is introverted, tight-lipped, one might even say gruff, but underneath lies an overflowing sea of goodwill, good humour, and an honest readiness to help his friends, be it with a bit of sound advice or the masterful application of his blade. Setting aside cumbersome false modesty, I can say that I know his story better than any man alive. I was with him through hard times and good, helping with wise advice, warm words, and razor wit. As a result, I'm a vital part of his story, both in its earlier and present portions. It is thus my duty to continue my chronicle and, for the benefit of future generations, put in writing the next chapter of his deeds and exploits. Excellent. Thank you, Dandelion. So, yeah, I mean, witches are obviously rare and can be renowned. It's not covered too much of Geralt's actual backstory there. And we can look it up, but I think it will come to light. Even among witches, Geralt is more famous than the average, and I think that's because of his title of Rivia. Rivia was a place where some shit went down. I don't remember the exact specifics. I think he may have killed a lot of people, at least. But yeah, so however Dandelion and Geralt actually became friends, obviously Dandelion being a writer, a poet, he sees Geralt as being a famous and interesting enough person, aside from being his friend, that he wants to be the one who kind of chronicles his story, essentially. So, yeah. Let's give us a bit of, he's got a bit of a reputation. Let's read about Vesemir for a second. Vesemir is the oldest living member of the Wolf School, and most likely the oldest Witcher of any school on the continent. We're talking about this with Seastar, I think. The different there's different schools of Witchers. Most of them, I believe, are styled after an animal, which doesn't necessarily mean anything in particular, as such, but it's kind of like a vibe, or not an ideal. Like the chosen animal is supposed to kind of represent something. Just to give you a very and this is not set in stone, but to give you one very basic idea, the bear school, I think they favor and employ like heavier armor and weapons, and I think there's a school of the snake where they're kind of like the complete opposite. They favor light armor and like to use poison and stuff as their kind of like weapon of choice. The wolf school, I don't know specifically what they're about. Something in the middle, I guess, non-specific. Hey, Ethos, thank you. I appreciate that. Root, what to do with that? Yeah, I don't know. But yes, exactly. Welcome back. Killed Geraldo. No, why would we do that? I'm not going to kill him. We've only had one fight, to be fair. Anyway, moving on. Yes, maybe the oldest Witcher. So I guess being a Witcher, the general gist is your life expectancy is possibly somewhat reduced. About as long in years as the ruins of Kaer Morhen themselves, and though eternally complaining about his creaky bones, this master of the Witcher trade gave no thought to a well-deserved retirement. Well, fair enough, Vesemir. Grey, but still spry, he continued to ply the monster hunting trade into his golden years, effectively too, as he'd seen more beast than all his students put together. Well, well, well. A harsh and demanding instructor in Geralt's youth, over the years has become something of an adoptive father and mentor to the other Witchers, always ready to help with sage advice and steady hands. In the spring of 1272, when our story begins, Vesemir had joined Geralt on his search for Yennefer, trekking with him through war-ravaged Temeria. And just to confirm, it was 72. So, no, yeah, 21. Yeah, so Ciri is 21 years old at the start of the story. We've got the other two Witchers here. Not as famous as Geralt, but of the same school, and presumably no less talented here. I still go Eskel first. He seems to be the older one, yeah. Lambert's the younger. Eskel. All Witchers have a great deal in common. But with Eskel and Geralt, the similarities are particularly striking. They first met as two boys of the same age, swinging wooden swords at Kaer Morhen. There they went through an ordeal together. The first round of selections, the murderous changes, the trial of the Grassers, and training on the Gauntlet. Sounds intense. The Witcher's daunting obstacle course. They also received hidings together for more than one act of childish delinquency. When they became adults, they walked the path separately, but still reconvened at Kaer Morhen nearly every winter to wait out the cold, drink to their successors, and remember fallen comrades. So I guess that's like the standard for the Witchers, particularly, well, of the. So I guess Kaer Morhen is the base of operations for the School of the Wolf, and the idea is they spend the whole year wandering around doing Witcher in work, and then when the winter starts setting in, they're like, let's go home and we'll just chill out. We're on vacation for the winter. So I guess Eskel is the closest thing to a best buddy that Geralt has. And obviously have been friends, I guess, since childhood. Though Eskel never gained Geralt's renown, he equaled the White Wolf in experience and carried out his contracts with care and efficiency. Death had almost taken him many times during his hunts, yet in an ironic twist, the hideous scar on his face came not from a monster's claw, but from the blade of Deirdre Adamain, his highly unpredictable, unexpected child. Oh, yeah, and you see that chonky old scar on his face. Well, nice to meet you, Eskel. So, unexpected child. I guess that's the adoptive children. So, yeah, Deirdre was cut his face up. I assume it was like a training accident. I assume she didn't go, oi, can you bite? And cut his face up. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. Seems to have as many scars as Geralt does. Hey, welcome back, Red Mage. So yeah, let's read about Lambert, the youngest among the witches of Kaer Morhen, and perhaps the last ever trained within its walls. By the start of our tale, Lambert had proven his chops many times over, having hunted down many a mighty beast and traversed nearly all the continent's realm several times over. Yet he had also developed a reputation for arrogance and sardonic humour, and his gruff and at times excessively blunt manner could irritate even his fellow witches of the School of the Wolf. Whatever his vices, it went without saying that Lambert would brave the fires of any hell for his companions. Okay, so he's a good guy, but he's a bit arrogant and full of himself, and, you know, he's like, hey, bro, I'm a witcher. I'm better than everybody else. Maybe. We shall see. Anyway. Yennefer of Vengerberg. Unlike Geralt, where Geralt of Rivia was some situation that went down. I wonder if of Vengerberg is where Yennefer's from, as opposed to it being her having achieved that title through some deed. I guess let's read and find out. The Witcher first met the raven-haired sorceress a good 20 years back. Their friendship and the feelings between them were born of a common adventure involving a genie and a wish granted to Geralt that intertwined their fates inextricably. In the time since then, their relationship had, however, been quite stormy, rich in ups and downs, crises and breakups. Geralt and Yennefer's love provides irrefutable proof of the thesis that opposites attract. So yeah, they're kind of like constantly on and off, I guess. Yeah, inextricably intertwined fates. A few years ago, Geralt and Yennefer had, after a long separation full of adventures for them both, gotten back together again. So they're currently a couple. Their moment of repose was interrupted by the wild hunt, which took Yennefer captive. Now, we saw the wild hunt in his dream. They're the crazy undead knight guys. So they're a reality. Obviously, as you can tell from the name of the game, they captured her. What the fuck? The Witcher set out at once to save her, but lost his memory while doing so. When he finally recovered it, he immediately set off once more on his quest to find his beloved sorceress. So, where is that at the current of the story? Is she currently being hunted by the Wild Hunt? Did she escape? She escaped from them? Because yeah, I mean, she was. We saw the intro of the game. She wasn't captured by the Wild Hunt. She was just on a random battlefield trying to survive. They're actually not undead. That's just their armor. They look scary as all fucking hell, Kuma. I'll tell you that. Good job on them doing that. No books, no crafting. Oh, I remembered you could craft your own potions and poisons and blade oils and things. But yeah, you can craft armor and weapons, I guess. Only blacksmiths can forge weapons and only armorers can craft armor. Okay, so this is just kind of letting you know what can be crafted, but you don't actually have it. So it looks like that's an upgrade. If we go to, yeah, that's our armor we're currently wearing. So we get cured leather, 2 leather scraps and 2 wires, and go to an armorer and presumably pay them gold. They can upgrade our armor, which will be double as effective, and so a bunch of resistances on top of it. Should probably look to do that. I can't remember how the armor works. I think you can upgrade, obviously you can upgrade armor, but I think you can just find random armors as well. I never remember what the best thing to do is with anything. Don't need this tutorial. We're gonna look at the bestiary, so on top of that. And I assume this is what we obviously the ghouls are what we just fought. Just to give you a bit of info, because obviously being a monster hunter, yeah, they'll get added in as we fight monsters. You know your enemy. They seem to be under the category of necrophages as a type of monster, type of creature, and ghouls under that. Ghouls creep and crawl at night, eating everything in sight. In a snap, they'd eat you too, chop you up for ghoulish stew. Yeah. So was it a children's rhyme? Not nice. Ghouls and graviers are hard to describe. In part, they resemble humans, yet on the whole, they're the utter negation of all that is human. Though they have arms and legs like men, they walk on all fours like dogs or badgers. Though they have eerily familiar faces, one searches them in vain for any sign of sentiment, reason, or even a spark of consciousness. They are driven by one thing and one thing only, an insatiable craving for human flesh. So they're kind of basically like zombies, a bit more freaky. And what was that there? I was trying to get to that. Yeah, vulnerable against their vulnerabilities. Necrophage oil. So there's a special oil you can obtain or make. Put that on your blade. That will do extra damage to them, I guess, is how it comes across. So we've got, yes, level 1 is Geralt currently. Obviously, he's not level 1 as the character, but in terms of our gameplay, he's level 1. 260 XP out of 1,000 to get level 2. I think, if I remember correctly, every single level you need 1,000 XP. But what gives you XP is reduced. I don't know if C-Star or anyone else can confirm that. Always craft all the alchemy items. Yeah, C-Star. I'll try not to forget it. I could be wrong on that though. And killing enemies definitely gives you XP, but it might be doing quests as well that gives you XP. I'm not too sure. We'll see. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else to look at the moment. I don't think it's that important. Alchemy. Pinning formulae and diagrams. If you want to see a list of components or ingredients required for a given formula or diagram, and you enter the shop panel, select it, and perform the pin action. If you select a crafting diagram or alchemy formula and pin it, lift the list of the components or ingredients needed to create that item will appear in the shop panel. This makes it easy to keep track of what you still need to acquire. Okay, so this is a particular thing I'm wanting to craft. I'm like, oh yeah, I need to craft that right now. That's the main thing I want to be crafting. Not a bad idea to pin it. So when I go to the alchemy store, sorry, I found a bit crackly there, in town, so I haven't got to make a note manually or remember, oh, I need some of this or some of that. I can just pin it in game, and then the game will tell me when I come across it. It's handy. I also think, especially if you take the C-Star route of taking and picking up everything in sight, you can sell the junk you don't need. It's fairly easy to maintain a good amount of cash, and then you can spend your cash on, you don't need to be frugal with it. You can just spend it as you get it. So yeah, alchemy substances. I guess. So I don't know if you. I think you can level up alchemy, but I guess anything that's on here is stuff we can make. So mutagens give you. I guess we'll look at the slots in your. I think they're like equipment slots. I don't know how many you can get, but it gives you an idea there. So to make a blue mutagen, you need 3 lesser. And I think that's basically the standard they go. I think it's blue, green, and red are the standard colours. And they have varying things they do. So yeah, then it tells you on the right what they actually do. Can be used to enhance abilities of create regions. Yeah, plus 70% sign intensity. So I guess that's all your signs are 7% better, which is not much, but and then if you get a greater one, which takes 3 of the previous tier, you get a plus 10% one. So you have lesser, standard, and greater. So I guess the idea is you get you lesser one, equip that. Then when you get 3, you can make it into a better version. Then when you get 3 of those, you can make it into an even better version. I think that's generally the way it goes. Green gives you vitality increase, which is your hit points. And red is in attack power. Oh, baby. So we'll look out for those. What else? We've got alcohol. Alkahest. I think that's like a standard alchemy ingredient. I think that's showing you what you need. Belize fruit. Nilfgaardian lemon. It's kind of liquid. Cherry cordial, another liquid. And an empty bottle. Mix all those together. You get alkahest, which I believe is a kind of a almost like a catch-all ingredient for a lot of alchemy concoctions. Shockingly close to the screenway, yeah, no doubt. Bombs, so we can make grape shot. 250 points of physical damage. Shrapnel damage to foes within explosion radius. Deals a small amount of fire damage. Destroys monster nests. Plus 250 silver damage and 5 points of fire damage. We need saltpeter times 2 and calcium ecume times 2. Salmon bomb blinds opponents with its explosion radius, destroys monster nests. I think any bombs will destroy a monster nest, but yeah, blind is good because I guess you can go on the attack, but it's more a case of use whatever you can make and whatever you can find. I mean, doing damage with grape shot sounds better, obviously, but the salmon uses different ingredients, saltpeter, but half as much, and celandine flowers. So if I get those, we can make it. Oils. The necrophage oil. We know that is good against the ghouls, and presumably any necrophages. And I wonder if that is how the oils are split up in terms of the enemy types, because I see a spectre oil there. Right, there you go. And it gives plus 10% attack power against those enemy types. Nice. So we need dog tallow and blow ball flowers, 4 of those. So these are obviously one use, but I think they last a certain amount of time before they wear off your blade. Or a certain number of hits. I'm not sure. One or the other. And spectre oil. I guess it's ghosts and shit. I don't remember. Bear fat. And 4 arenarias. Another flower. So as you can see, if you want to do crafting, you need to be picking up flowers and stuff. I'm not going to scour the map. That's insane. And I think they respawn anyway. But if I'm wandering by, we need to be sure to pick up flowers. Right, potions. Cat potion. Grants sight in total darkness. And increases your crit rate. Toxicity, 15. And it lasts for 60 seconds. So toxicity, I think this is, you can only bosh so many potions at once. I think you have a total upper limit of toxicity. And I think you can increase that amount. And I think it slowly drains over time. I think the main reason for that is so you don't, the swallow potion accelerates vitality regen. So you don't like just bosh loads of like defense and attack and healing potions, so you can't be like too OP, I think is the idea. But anyway, cat requires dwarven spirit, berbercane fruits times 4, and water essence. Is that just water? No, it's the essence of water times 2. Anyway, swallow accelerates vitality regeneration, but it pauses anytime you take damage. And it lasts 20 seconds, though. So I guess your vitality regens automatically, and this just increases it. Dwarven Spirit, 5 Celadines, and a Drowner Brain. Sounds yummy. White Honey. Removes your toxicity and removes all current potion effects. So I think your toxicity... Does it last... I don't know if it lasts the same amount as the duration of the potion. I think it may last after. So if you bosh your swallow, you've got your increased vitality regen for 20 seconds. But I think the toxicity of 20 stays after those 20 seconds. I think. So I think the benefit of your white honey is you save one of those. If you go into tough combat, you bosh all your potions, get your benefit. After the fight, to remove your toxicity, you bosh your white honey to get rid of it. That's a Dwarven Spirit and a Honeysuckle. Okay. Cool, that's the crafting menu, which I'd kind of forgotten about a little bit. Exciting. So we'll look a little look at inventory. Let's see if we can assess this. I think your inventory management was one thing they definitely went to lengths to upgrade after the initial release of the game. Meditating removes your toxicity as well, Seastar. Excellent, good to hear. Yeah, Swallow is that like the main combat go-to potion. I don't think there's any potions that are directly insta heal, are they? Although I don't know if food does that. Don't know. Here we go. Here are your currently equipped items, and here are on the left of the other items currently in your possession. There's a tab at the top for the types. Your stats down the bottom right. Most important, which is vitality and toxicity, apparently. I say to equip an item. I don't need the tutorial for this, really, though. Shows crafting component. Here we go. Different tabs. Crafting components and alchemy ingredients is in the on the cogs. The shield and the book. That's quest items and items that don't fit in any other category. So miscellaneous quest items and misc. The bottle and pouch. That's food and items for Roach. Roach is Geralt's horse. We'll give him a ride in a second. Now, Roach. I don't know why it's called Roach. Named after like a cockroach. Or, you know, Roach for you might put on a homemade cigarette. Or just because it sounds cool. I don't know. Might not be either of those. The bomb and bottle. That's all your oils, potions, and bombs. Excellent. And then finally, the armor and sword is all your weapons and armor. Toggle between large and small items. Descriptions by holding left trigger. Turn off right item descriptions by pressing left trigger, left stick, by pressing left stick. I guess we'll keep the descriptions on to start with. I guess it depends how in the way they are. We shall see. You can see how a given item will look on Geralt. Just press X. That's cool. I'm not too concerned about cosmetics. I'll just use whatever's got the best stats, but, you know. Using the preview option, you can see how items will look, which you cannot yet equip. Oh, okay. Is it... Unless you want to look to see how it changes his stats specifically. Right stick to choose the order in which the items will be shown. Hold right trigger to see your stats. Or press the right trigger to go to the statistics panel. Okay, there we go. It's giving you some idea of your DPS there. So if I just press it. Let me try again. That's just panning Geralt. Okay, yeah, it doesn't really matter which way you do it. Okay, cool. So you go. So you've got his basic silver sword. It gives you all the it literally gives you the damage numbers. And literally crit percentages, and how much you'll do with a crit as well. So it looks like crit damage is like 10-20% more. Depends, but yeah, so you can see the DPS on this silver sword is much more than the steel sword, but I think it loses. It doesn't. So you might be like, oh, we'll just use the silver sword all the time. I think there's like a disadvantage using the silver sword against normal humans. I think you just, basically, regardless of what sword you have, you want to stick to using the appropriate sword for the appropriate enemy, I think. Armor rating of 21. And then you can check your specific resistances there. Crossbow, 0. Either doesn't have a crossbow or his crossbow's real shit. Vitality, there we go. So he gets so his max hit points is 3,500. So that will give us an idea of when we see upgrades and stuff. You know, if you like, it's plus, you know, 1,000 vitality. Don't freak out if that's not that much. But yeah, so outside of combat, it recovers 1 vitality per second, so super slow regen on your health. And you get 1 vitality per second per enemy killed during combat. So I guess that if it's per second, I guess that means if you fight in 5 enemies and you kill the first one, in combat he's got that 1 vitality per second regen. And then you kill the second enemy, that goes up to 2. You kill the third enemy, that goes up to 3. So the more enemies you killed, the more he's healing during the combat. But still, that tick is so slow, you're not even going to notice that. It's just a side bonus. I guess that will upgrade itself as you go along, or with mutagens, or leveling up, or whatever else, I don't know. Maybe armor, I don't know. But it's certainly not something you can rely on in combat. You need to just not get hit, basically. Oh, sorry. Push the wrong buttons here. Toxicity. 0 out of 100. So I guess 100 is the threshold. So it gives you offset and current level. Sign intensity is plus 0%. That will obviously go up. And then you go, if you give you percentages. So you 44% stagger. Potency, I guess, as opposed to chance. Yeah, you know, fire damage with Igni, 100 currently, and 44% burning. Again, I assume if that's not a chance to set a flame, that's how much damage. Quen, okay, so here I was wrong about this. Actually has a specific amount of physical damage reduction. It doesn't block everything. Again, I assume that will go up over time. Erden is, yeah, slow, can do shock damage, so, and duration of how long it lasts. Interesting. Axie, that's the mind control one, which just at the minute can disorientate. Only lasts 5 seconds. Could be useful. Anyway, so skipping Geralt around here. He's like, what are you doing to me? Stamina. Okay, I didn't even notice this. That, unless I'm mistaken, is stamina not specifically related to your signs? That's the yellow bar, right? That's constantly ticking up in combat. Yeah, 10 per sec. Yeah, 110 per second in combat. So every 10 seconds in combat, your stamina is fully replenished. And outside of combat, it's instantaneous, basically. Interesting. An additional. Okay, these are just other stats. Chance to take additional herbs while gathering, currently 0%. Insta-kill chance, 0. Bonus XP from humans and non-humans, 0. Bonus XP from monsters, 0. So obviously they can go up over time. And we've got our playtime there. Obviously I've been jibber-jabbering for a while. Yeah, they're all going to be going up, C-Star. It's just our basics at the minute. Okay, let's have a look at his actual gear. Right, and let me just not sort. Oh, okay, that's if you want it larger or smaller. Okay, the smaller version seems fine to me. We'll keep it on for now, I guess. So it's a steel sword and gives you the damage. Has the passive effect of plus 25 armor piercing. That's so. Yeah, there you go. So technically, the silver sword is going to do more damage to anything, I assume. But the simple fact that the steel sword has armor piercing on. So I guess technically if you fight in completely naked human, your silver sword would do more damage, I guess. But most soldiers you're going to be fighting will be using some some type of armor. So I guess that's the idea. I remember just generally if it's a monster, you pull out your silver. If it's anything else, pull out your steel. Not worry about your stats. Obviously, use the best you can come across. Do not have a ranged weapon at the minute, but I believe we do have a crossbow at some point. Although we do have crossbow bolts. Some very low damage. That's fine. Bread. That gives you 10 vitality regen. 10 per enemy killed, and it lasts for 30 seconds. So yeah, you want to eat food to recover, and then we've got some water, which basically does the same thing, but lasts twice as long. Okay, cool. No bombs currently. Masks. Okay. And in your pocket, we've got a torch if we need it. Okay, and more consumable slots. Okay. Basic armor and gloves, boots, and legs. So just remember the numbers at least. It seems like your body armor is by far the most important, followed second by your legs, and then your hands and feet are like minor. See, they're only given a single point of armor and tiny percentages in resistances. That's cool. Right, horse stuff, trophy. I think that's just a slot. I think trophies are for killing like rare or unique tough enemies. And you put a trophy in there, it gives you like a small passive bonus. And you can switch those in and out. Saddlebags, I don't know. Horse blinders, I don't know. Saddle. Increase the stamina of Roach. I'm guessing so we get better saddles. Okay. Let's jump over here. Let's see what else we've got. So that's no extra. So what you have equipped doesn't appear in your inventory. I assume it still takes up weight. But anyway, so potions. We have 3 tawny owls. And that gives you stamina regen in combat. Cool. That's good to know. Wolven Hour potion. Oh. Temporarily lowers the required level of all items by 2. Fascinating. So what I recall is... so if we look at... the old sword a minute. Yeah, required level on all equips. So if we found a sword and it's like, oh, you have to be level 3, we just can't carry it. We can carry it, we just can't equip it. Makes sense, we understand the concept. So this, I think you bosh this, and then you can equip something, a piece of gear that's 2 levels higher than you actually are. Amazing, right? Because gear has levels. Generally speaking, the higher level, the better it's going to be. I think the only minor drawback to this is that once the effect has worn off, you still have your gear equipped, but if you unequip that gear for whatever reason, you can then no longer re-equip it. Because, I mean, you get 2 levels in no time, but interesting. I guess I would just hang on to that for now until I maybe come with a higher level and we come across something that's super amazing. And we're like, that's time to use the Wolven Hour. Guess we'll stash it. Or, I don't know if you can stash it anywhere. You should have to hang on to it. It doesn't weigh anything though, so it doesn't matter. Food and drinks, we have none, which are not already in our consumables. And no roach items. No quest items. We do have Yennefer's letter. And you can read that. That's cool. Left stick to switch between unread books and scrolls. Once read, they're added to the books panel in the glossary. So this is Yennefer's letter here. Dear friend. There you go. There you go. That's the word that Yennefer uses to address Geralt. Dear friend. So obviously she cares about him a lot, but she's not like, oh, hey, handsome, how you doing? You know, they've been lovers and their destinies are inextricably intertwined, apparently. But first and foremost, they think of each other as being dear friends. Anyway, forgive me for not asking about your health or how you've been these last years. time is very short. So it's been a couple of years since they've actually seen each other. I have important news. We must meet, and soon. Ride to Willoughby near Vizima and don't spare the horses. While I do eagerly await our reunion, I won't be able to wait, eagerly or otherwise, very long. Your dear friend Yennefer. P.S. I still love the unicorn. Excellent. Okay, that sits in the inventory regardless. Right, yeah. So obviously, for her to, she didn't say what it's about, but it's obviously it's important, isn't it? Enough that Geralt and Vesemir have dropped what they're doing to go and check it out. So yeah, and here's all our crafting materials. There's our venom extract. Doesn't weigh anything. Now, do no crafting materials weigh anything? So yeah, sorry, C-Star, to keep you waiting there. Let me answer your respond to your comments there and answer your questions. Super baby Witcher. I know, it's terrible, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm right, C-Star. There's no point in worrying about the stats. Obviously, I'll constantly upgrade and go for the next best thing, but silver for monsters, steel for everything else. Don't worry about the stats. Okay, so saddlebags increase the amount you can carry. Blinders help Roach from not freaking out in combat. Oh, okay. I'm excited as well, C-Star. Yeah, and sorry for those of you who are like, you're going through all these menus and reading stuff, and this is me. This is how I do things. I like to analyze and piece. You know, you all know me by now, so it doesn't. You either find this annoying and you're paying attention to something else for a minute, or you don't mind and it's fine. But once it's done, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not if we're going stealing, Scoo. We shall see. But yes, so C-Star, I started on normal. The was it Blood and Swords? Was it called? But then as soon as we started, so I think I did the first fight against the ghouls on normal. It said about your vitality recovering anytime you meditate. I don't like the idea of that. So I've gone and upped the difficulty to the next one, Blood and Bones. I'm not going Death March like you, mod dear. I've done it before, but I'm not doing it again. Although I probably could manage it. It's just getting used to it, isn't it? We're going to go middle of the road. We're going the one just below Death March, Blood and Bones. I don't like the idea of the meditation. So here's my way of thinking about it. You get in a fight and you're a bit beat up. From a tactical point of view, it makes sense to immediately meditate to get your hit points back. There's no reason not to. It's a free heal. Okay, that's cool. But then I'm kind of like, it means things like food and drink is kind of like basically worthless. There's no point in having it. You just pick it up just to sell. So I'd like to get some use out of it and be like, oh, I'm hurt. Let me eat this bread or whatever. And it might make, keep me on my toes a little bit more as well with the combat. Yeah, right. Yeah, am I right in understanding that, C-Star? It makes food and drink completely useless if you can just heal with a meditation. You probably explain to me what's the other use of meditation. Do you have to meditate not to do crafting? Is to replenish your potions? I can't remember how it works exactly. Yeah. So it gives me a reason to pick up food, doesn't it? But anyway, looking at our crafting materials here. So yeah, we've got our 4 venom extracts and a monster tongue there. They don't weigh anything. Ghoul's blood times 5. Excellent. Hellebore petals and the Belize fruit and the white myrtle petals all weigh 0. So all crafting and alchemy materials weigh 0. So you can just hoard the absolute living hell out of them. It refills your potions and bombs, but it uses them, so you presumably. Oh wait, hang on a second, C-Star. I don't know if I'm thinking about this correctly. Do you need materials to craft something initially, and then you use something else to like restore uses when you meditate? Is that right? I don't know. It's been so long. Anyway, that's the inventory. We can leave that. I've got the gist of that. Books and scrolls. Select the glossary. Select books. And there you go. In this panel, you can browse the contents of all the books and scrolls you found. Even if you later sell a book, its contents will still be available here. Perfect. So if I throw away, burn, or sell Yennefer's letter, I can't imagine anyone's going to give us any money for it. I'll still have the contents of it. No, excuse me. Well, there's any reason to sell it, I guess, because it doesn't, not taking up any room or anything. Okay, so we looked at the alchemy inventory. Yeah, let's have a look at character. Here we go. So, I think empty slot, place an ability to activate here. Ah, okay. Let me just have a look where we go here. So these are all the abilities you unlock. And I think, yeah, these are your mutagens. So, yeah. These are slots, these 4 diamond slots on the outside. These are mutagen slots. It says unlock to level 2, level 9, level 16, and a 4th one finally at level 28. So you can have up to 4 mutagens then at that point. And then when you pick one, which I can't at the minute, it'll send you over here and you can choose which ones you want to put in the slot. Now, our actual ability slots, level 6, or 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's one every 2 levels. 12. Then it jumps up to 15. 3 gap, 3 gap, 18, 4 gap, 22, 4 gap, 26, 4 gap, 30. So there you go. So we have 1 slot at the minute. By the time we hit level 30, and they unlock frequently, by the time we hit level 30, we'll have 12 slots. And this is your abilities. Now, look at combat here. Okay, core abilities along the top. Now, I guess I think we get a new ability of our choice through these skill tracks. So you have to learn one before you move on to the next one. Oh, it tells you additional points in branch needed to unlock 3. And I think you have to also do the track as well. I think you get 1 point per every level. I'm not sure. So I don't know how we're going to level up Geralt at the minute. We'll play it by ear, I guess. So I guess, yeah, these are related, each of these tracks. So this track is for fast attacks, strong attacks, ranged, defensive abilities, combat abilities, ranged attacks, and battle trance is always active. Blows that landed during combat generate adrenaline points. Okay, that's the one if you want to get more adrenaline. Okay, there you go. Resolve up to 3 levels of it. Adrenaline point loss upon taking damage is lowered by a third. And plus 1% point gain. But yeah, it all adds up. Interesting. So you can go full combat or your signs. Okay, and of course there's a track for each sign. So there you go. Quen upgrade. Next level. Pushes opponents back when it breaks. And it gives you a bit of stamina regen every time that happens. That's cool. Again, not sure on go. You can upgrade your alchemy to be even better. Overdose threshold. Poison blades. Yeah. Oils applied to blades give 5 pinches of poison in the target on each hit. Steady aim for your bombs. Yeah, so it seems your tracks are potions, oil, bombs, mutations. Enables the extraction of mutagens from the corpses of powerful monsters, which is to grant their bodies new abilities. Acquired tolerance. Every known level 1 alchemy formula increases maximum toxicity by 0.5. And also plus 5% potion and duration and bomb damage. So you could definitely invest in your alchemy tree if you just want to use your tools more and make use of stuff. It's not, definitely helping your combat, but it's not like you're directly increasing, like, there you go, muscle memory. Fast attack damage is increased by 10%. You can go, hey, that's great, extra damage with your sword. Or you can be like, let's make poisons. It's having a similar effect overall. It just depends on how you want to go about it. One alcohol. For everything. Wow. There you go. So that's what meditation is for, isn't it? You literally go and fight when your potions and supplies and bombs and stuff have run out. Then you meditate and you do a rest to get them all back. Excellent, C Star. So you get 1 ability point per level and 1 for places of power. Sounds fun. So yeah, let me ask you, C Star, or anybody else, Scoo or Kuma, anyone else who's into the game. How did you level up your current Geralt, C Star? What do you focus on? Because I know it's nice, but you definitely cannot max out all these abilities. You need to basically pick what you prefer. You can, and there's no right or wrong. You can go hard into maxing out a single, branch. If you want to go full alchemy or full combat, full signs, or you can chop and change. You can any point you put anywhere is never wasted. Everything is worthwhile. Everything is building to make Geralt that little bit better, doing this, doing that. Yeah, Kuma, you maximize your fast attacks and focus on Quen. I mean, I can't say that's your fave as well, C Star. I know I don't want to copy you guys, but I like the idea of it. I think I remember, if I think back to my original playthrough, I think I did focus combat primarily and followed by signs and didn't really put too much into alchemy. The general ones as well, I think I might have put points into that. I don't know. I'll try and mix it up. I don't want to like commit to one thing or another. I'm more inclined to just play it by ear and see what happens. And not think about it too much. Let's have a look at the generals. Sun and stars. During the day, vitality regenerates faster while not in combat. At night, stamina regenerates faster during combat. Okay, that's kind of cool. Let's follow on. Steady shot. Crossbows deal 25% more damage. Metabolism boost. If available, adrenaline points will be consumed to reduce the toxicity cost of drinking potions by 33% per point. Gorged on power. The bonus from a place of power lasts indefinitely, but only one such bonus can be active at a given time. Oh, okay. I think the place of power, they give you find them. And aside from any other benefits of finding it for the first time, you activate like a temporary boost to something, don't you? This just means that is not timed. It just lasts indefinitely. Pretty nice. That reminds me of the standing stones in Skyrim. They start as not timed, though. They're like a permanent boost. We can only have one active at a time. That's kind of upgrading them to that. That's what we got. Maximum vitality by 15%. That's just awesome anyway, isn't it? If stamina level is too low, you can spend adrenaline, which you've built up, casting your signs. Nice. Shoot an additional bolt before you need to reload. Eating food regenerates vitality for 20 minutes. Whoa. So most of the food, the bread we looked at, said it lasted a minute, didn't it? So if we had the gourmet, you could eat a piece of bread and you're getting the benefits of it for 20 minutes rather than 1 minute. That's insane. The amazing. Here we go. We'll get into some of the other school's techniques here. Now, obviously, Geralt is from the School of the Wolf, but you can learn techniques, use armor, find stuff from the other schools of the Witchers. Cat School techniques. Each piece of light armor increases your crit hit damage by 25% and fast attack damage by 5%. What the hell? The Griffin Skull is medium armor, increases sign intensity and stamina regen. Bear Skull is heavy armor, more vitality and strong attacks. So that gives you a rough idea where you want to go. You want to be light and fast and increase your crit damage. You want to be heavy, strong, more hit points, more chunk with more strong attack damage. Or in the middle of the road, go medium armor and get slightly better signs and more stamina regen. I don't know. I just don't know. We'll see. You're more into using strong attacks. Is that you lean into the bear skull stuff, Scoo? Yeah, some of these the general abilities are very good, Akuma. Looking at them. Thank you, C-Star. I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, there's some expensive potion, which I guess late when you're into the second half or the later part of the game, 1,000 gold ain't shit, is it? Right? I mean, still a lot of money, but it's not an issue. Yeah, you can, if you're like, oh, I wish I'd done this, you just bosh that potion, you can completely respec Geralt. So it doubly doesn't matter what you choose, because you can, if you feel, you can undo your mistakes if you feel. But so yeah, Kuma and C-Star, you like going more cat style, and Scoo, you like going the bear style. No, you can do either of these without getting these techniques. You doesn't, or you can like say learn the bear school techniques and wear not heavy armor. But obviously, you're not getting the benefit of it. Now, you get 4 armor slots, don't you? Body, legs, feet, hands. So if you go full heavy armor and you had that, you're getting plus 20% to your hit points and plus 20% damage on your strong attacks. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure at the minute, folks. I'm just going to play it by ear, and we'll see what takes my fancy. Wow, yeah. That's cool. 5% adrenaline generation, and signs generate adrenaline points. Now, if you put that with your rage management, signs can be cast with adrenaline. Using signs generates adrenaline. Now, obviously, it's not going to be 1 for 1. It's not going to be like infinite use, but they could obviously combo, and very nicely together. I would imagine. Oh, so we got using doing bomb damage gets you a bit of adrenaline. Oh, you ignore bomb and special bolt effects in combat's fires. I assume that means your own bombs, or maybe you come across enemies that are going to use those on you. That's cool though. I mean, especially for yourself, if you can like throw your own explosive bombs at your feet and just be like, whatever, bring it. Adrenaline increases both weapon damage and sign intensity. Focus. Wow. So you could just generate your adrenaline and just sit on it rather than using it for a special attack, and it just ups your damage. That's fancy. Yeah, God, I'd forgotten how detailed these abilities were and how much how many options of how to like build your character. Oh, but I think we missed the battle trance. Is that something else? Something else. Instead of its previous effects, increases crit chance by 8% per adrenaline point. What? Heavy artillery. Bomb damage is tripled, with the number of bombs in slots is decreased by half. Ooh, this does not apply to bombs which deal no damage, though. So utility bombs, you still get the amount. I mean, you could argue that's better. Half as many bombs, but 3 times the amount of damage, right? It's more total damage. Metabolic control. Maximum toxicity by 30 points, so you can just use more potions in one go. Strong back. Inventory weight is increased by 60. Now, our current inventory weight is 60. I'm sure there's other things that increase that, like saddlebags, C-Star said, maybe just leveling up. But that in itself, kind of like, that's a chunky amount of inventory. Obviously, C-Star has that. Attack is the best defense. Each defensive action generates adrenaline points. Parries give you 0.1. Counters give you 0.4. I need to get used to counters, don't I? I think counters, I feel counters will probably be easier to pull off against human enemies. We should see dodges give you 0.3. Rolls give you 0.2. Cannot be activated more than once every 5 seconds. So just by doing stuff in combat, it generates you more adrenaline. Well, well, well. We've got a lot to think about, folks. Let's have a look at the quest log. Information about your quests. If you have accepted multiple quests, use up and down, move between them. That makes sense. Oh, yes, sorry. Select the track quest. Go on. You didn't need to tell me that. Alright, completed quests. That was our dream we've done. Main quests. I guess there'll be side quests. Or is it Witcher contracts as well? Lilac and Gooseberries, yes. White Orchard is where we are. Follow Vesemir is our current goal. Yeah, so it's a very, very straightforward quest log here. It's handy. Guys, let me tell you, there's an insane amount of quests in this game. They've probably just added more, haven't they? No, fair enough, Atheline. Yeah, if you are concerned for spoilers for yourself, definitely stay away for the rest of today's stream. We've only got an hour left with all my jibber jabber for today, but yeah, all the quests, C-Star. Yeah, we're probably not getting through. I think White Orchard is like the starter area of the game, where you put onto the actual proper world map. But I think White Orchard itself, there's a lot to do, if I recall correctly. But yes, look, cover up your ears, Af, if you don't want spoilers. Yennefer has had contact with Geralt finally. Not seen each other in years, and then she sent him a letter smelling of lilac and gooseberries, of course, asking him to meet her in the village of Willoughby about a matter of great importance, quote, she had written. So, as was his wont when it came to all things Yennefer, the Witcher raced off at breakneck speed. Oh, Yen! I've missed you, Yen. Alas, he arrived too late. Passing armies had razed Willoughby to the ground. Yennefer was nowhere in sight. With the help of Vesemir and Geralt encountered along the way. Curious. So Geralt hadn't left to go running after Yennefer with Vesemir. He'd gone to find her and just happened to meet Vesemir along the way. And hey, what are you doing? What are you doing, Dad? Oh, not much. What are you up to? Oh, I'm chasing after Yen. Oh, I guess I'll come with you. I guess. Geralt picked up a trail, which the two witches then followed. Yen had ridden north, traversing wild lands and battlefields at great speed. She was in a hurry. Perhaps she was in trouble. Finally, in the menu, we got our meditation, but I don't want to do that until I feel we need to do that. The world map. Show me the world map, baby. Got it. Yeah, even the graphics of the map is looking more tidy. Okay, zoom out. Now, this is not the world. This is just White Orchard at the minute. We'll get the rest of the world. Okay, I see. So I plugged in a different controller I found. This is why I'd stop using this. So right on the left stick is... Or the left stick is a little bit sticky. So I've got a choice. I can plug in the controller we have been using. We saw yesterday Cal just constantly walking forward. I don't know what's going to be more annoying. I guess having a sticky stick is better than a wandering stick. I should probably just... Yeah, I need to catch up with Jack. Jack said he's got a spare controller. I need to do that at some point. Yeah, my stick is very sticky, seemingly. I only just noticed, though. Well, put it this way. I didn't notice in that combat that it was sticky at all. So maybe there's hope that it's not too bad, but moving the cursor around the map here. There you go. That's left. That's moving it right. It's like, there you go. Left, no issues. Right. Okay, it's not too bad at the minute. Up and down seem perfectly fine. Left and right seem a bit, I don't know. I guess it's better that it's a bit sticky. Better to have a bit of a sticky stick than a wandering stick. Oh, don't worry about it, Jack. I'd not forgotten. Let me know what is convenient for you, Jack. Because it'd be handy. Only if you got it spare. Like I say, I can come to yours. You can nip round here. Or you can drop it off for your dad sometime if you go around there at any point. Whatever is most convenient for you, because you'll do me a favour, Jack. You let me know, and we'll sort it out. Is that... Yeah, I mean, you tell me if that's not true. I'd rather have a loose, fluid, controllable stick, responsive stick, than having a sticky stick. But sticky stick's better than a wandering stick. Yeah. Are you not at work tomorrow, Jack? Don't inconvenience yourself. If you want to stop round hours, that'd be wonderful, dude. Yeah, I aim to start at 2. I usually don't start exactly on 2. Or I mean, what we could even do, Jack, if it's better for you to come around later, I could start streaming with a janky controller, and you can just send me a text or something, or message me on Discord, and let me know, and I can whenever's convenient. Or if it earlier in the morning is better, whatever you let me know, Jack. You're doing me a favour, buddy. So whatever is convenient for you, I will adapt to. But I'm adaptable. Yo, Steph. How you doing, Steph? Loose fluids? Who said anything about fluids? Steph. What you got in your mind, Stephanie? But how you doing? No, I'm really playing with you, Steph. How you doing? You're getting ready to move soon, aren't you, Steph? You work from 4. You go on rides anyway. Did I say loose fluids? I do apologise, Steph. What did I say about fluids? I didn't say fluids. Did I? I said loose stick. Wandering stick. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not trying to be crude. Or am I? Anyway, how you doing, Stephanie? I definitely did. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I just turn up here and speak. I hope I don't get myself in trouble with something one day. Say something I shouldn't, but I got no control, obviously. Yeah, you know, especially when, you know, with your brother, he likes to, you know, let everybody know what's going on about things. I'm very well, Steph. I cannot complain at all. I played my first proper Star Wars game. We've completed yesterday. Took about a week to get through, Steph. And yeah, Star Wars is pretty cool. I know you're a fan. I'm not like falling over myself to find out more about it, but yeah, I was like pleasantly surprised. I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. Star Wars is cool. It was Jedi Fallen Order. It's a couple of years old, but yeah, it was an excellent game. Excellent in every regard. I can't fault it. But yeah, Jack, you sing me. I assume you got my phone number, Jack, or just message me on Discord. I to be honest, I pay far more attention to Discord than my phone. But whatever's convenient for you, sir, you let me know. But yeah, I guess I don't know. afternoon is probably literally afternoon in every sense of the guard is better for me. There you go. I was thinking, well, I like I say, I'll pay more attention to Discord anyway, Jack. But I'll give you my phone number on there as well, buddy. If that's more convenient for you. I want the red lightsaber. No, I'm green, Sea Star. I'm a green lightsaber, apparently. Or, yeah, I mean, that test seemed more thorough than the previous one, didn't it? Oh, are you, Steph? It's wonderful. A really good game. I'll tell you that what, Steph. Some of the boss fights are freaking tough. Be aware. And now I did play on the 3rd of 4 difficulty settings. But don't shy away from playing on an easier difficulty setting, even on the easiest, if you want. You can also change the difficulty at any time from the menu. But yeah, I can honestly tell you the last 2 bosses in the game, well, they put me to the test. Not that I'm a particularly good gamer, but just be aware of that. Yes, yeah, that's what I'd recommend, Steph, because you're not a shoddy gamer by any sense. Just go for the normal 2 of 4. I guess that's the normal setting. That's the impression I got. And you'll be fine. You'll be fine, I'm sure. But if you do get to those bosses and they're like testing you, don't be pulling your hair out. God, gamer. I couldn't even complete Elden Ring. Don't talk to Cage about Final Fantasy Tactics. He'll slap me. Yeah, although Cage gave up on it. He felt it was too difficult. And I was like, apparently him watching me play it for a minute, he was like, oh, actually, I should probably get back to this. But yeah, really, really rather good, Steph. You as a Star Wars fan, I'm sure will bloody love it. So yeah, good luck with it and enjoy. Okay, so all of the games take place after all of the books, C-Star. Yeah, I've never read any of the books, so I can't comment. But anyway, I'll sort that out with Jack. We can still play the game with this controller. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, I'll meet up with him at some point. But yeah, anyway, here we are. That's our quest marker, this big orange circle. We can look at the world map. Right, okay. Yeah. What should we do with there? So there you go. Kaer Morhen, up to the north there. Suggested level 19 before we go back there. Wow. Royal Palace of Vizima. One time home in the Kings of Temeria. Currently occupied by Nilfgaard. Recommend level 2. Okay. Velen, no man's land. Former Temerian province of Velen has become war-ravaged no man's land. Level 5. Novigrad. Once part of Redania, Novigrad now has the status of a free city. It's the world's largest city. The world's largest. Without a doubt, the richest as well. Cradle of the cult of the eternal fire. That sounds sus. It's now home to the church of the same name. It's ruled officially by the head of the church, referred to as the hierarch, though its underworld crime bosses also have a great deal of say in matters. Suggested level 10. The Skellige Isles off the coast to the west here. Skellige Archipelago is home to a fierce warrior sailors whom Continentals regard as pirates. Arr, I think they're kind of a little bit got a Viking-y vibe to them, if I recall correctly. And not without reason, for the Isles are barren, and their inhabitants' livelihoods come mainly from plundering the seas. The land of these 5 large isles is divided between its clans, the heads of which are called Jarls. Suggested level 16. The Duchy of Toussaint. A vassal duchy of Nilfgaard, widely considered a beautiful, fable-like land where everyone is eternally tipsy. They're beyond the wine. Level 35. So I think Toussaint is for the second major DLC. Anyway, this is the world, but we are in this location, White Orchard, which comprises all of this map. So, stash. Wow, store items for safekeeping. I don't remember if that was in the game previously. Notice board. You can find monster contracts and announcements about matters of local concern. If you want to pick up some more quests. For now, we're just following Vesemir. Okay, so I think that's everything. Which is handy. So yeah. Sorry about the lengthy descriptions there. You know, it helps me to understand things, to look at, read, and talk about everything. Oh, bloody hell. So we're not actually going to get too much of the game done today. We've got 45 minutes to do a thing. What's that there? Bandits calling themselves Temeria's soldiers. Hey, where's your soldiers? No, they're not. Are hiding in the nearby woods. They have been declared outlaws and a threat to the Emperor's subjects. Now, the Emperor is the guy who's invading. I think it's the Empire of Nilfgaard. The south is invading the lands to the north. But here, the thing is, you're probably like, oh, Empire, evil Empire. Maybe. The Witchers have no stake in the game. They're not on the side of any kingdom or king or politics. They're their own thing. Obviously, war coming to the land is not good for anyone, but when you're hearing that these bandits, maybe they're not actually bandits. This is just what the Empire's proclaiming them to be, but they probably are, to be fair. They've been declared outlaws by us and a threat to the Emperor's subjects. Assisting or sheltering them in any way will be summarily punished to the fullest extent permitted by Imperial law. On behalf of the Emperor of Nilfgaard, Captain Peter Saw Gwynleave. Alright. Good to know. Watch out for bandits in the area. I'm sure bandits won't be able to step up to a Witcher, but it depends how many bandits we're fighting, right? Right, Roach.
Ever tell you about this sorcerer I knew? Couldn't stop talking about how useful they are as creatures.
What, horses? Or was he talking about the dead ghouls? I don't know. Horses, which spend most of their time on the road in search of the next contract. They must trek across wide valleys, climb over high mountain peaks, and trudge through thick bogs. Luckily, Geralt can always count on his horse, Roach, to help him in his travels. To have Roach come to you, double press the left stick. Perfect.
Because you can brew potions from their blood?
No, because by eating rotting corpses they prevent
Right,
epidemics.
Did he know they eat the living as well?
Oh.
No, really upset him too. His theory collapsed.
You're right, Roach. Calm yourself, buddy.
Go.
There we go. I'm following Vesemir. Okay, I think it follows the roads on its own, basically. Okay, double tap to gallop.
War's not exactly going our way.
Oh, wow.
We have a side.
The Northern
Dead
Realms.
guys.
Radovid's realms, don't you mean? Temeria and Edirn are no more.
Radovid's pledged to restore the old borders, soon as he wins the war.
Believe that?
Gotta believe something. That's what keeps us going.
It looks much better than I remember it looking. For sure. Sometime later.
We going? Help me! Help!
Is this a trick? Oh. Oh no, some beastie is eating that guy. Eating the horse. Oh, wow. It's a griffin. Give me that horse. It's out of here. It did not like us interrupting its dinner there. Is Vesemir all right, though? He's took a blow there, didn't he? He's getting old. Bless him. He needs to retire.
How's it going?
Put his slippers on. Put his feet up.
Yeah. Come out.
Gotta love the medieval hairstyle.
Gods, that was close. I was sure I'd end up like my mare.
Provided you got lucky.
Your horse died quickly, but griffins like to toy with their prey. Eat it, alive, piece by piece.
Oh, jeez.
You'd like a reward, I suppose.
Oh, right, okay. You don't know it's a thing. We could use a few crowns. So this is where, you know, you kind of get to choose what kind of personality you want Geralt to be. I don't know that it has any overall, factor on the story or his personal character progression. I think every instance is kind of like unto itself and may have consequences one way or another. Like I said, I'm not going to play him to be an asshole, but also I'm not going to have him be like a bleeding heart where he's like trying to, you know, he's bending over for everybody. So this guy, obviously he's like, oh, witches. Yeah, they want money for stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to ask this guy for money because it's like, that was not a contract. He didn't ask us to. We were just stepping in, you know. Obviously, if we take a contract with anyone, we'll get him paid. Anyone tries to not pay us, we'll get wrecked. I'm not going to like, this guy's lost this guy's wagon. His horse is dead. His friends are dead, potentially. He's like lost all his stuff. His stuff is wrecked. I'm gonna ask for money from this guy. He didn't ask us for help. Yeah, you don't owe us anything, buddy.
You don't owe us anything. You were in need. We helped.
And they call witches heartless. Say they won't lift a finger without pay.
They also say mice are born of rotting straw.
Mice are born of rotten straw, yeah, okay.
Like I said,
They like it.
leads to the main road
when they're born
and
of it.
ends there. Muddled.
You seek someone?
Why do you care? Yeah, this guy might give us information. This guy's clearly not like some mastermind bad guy, is he? Yeah, a woman.
Yes, a woman. Medium height, long black hair. Seen anyone like that?
No. But there's an inn here in White Orchard. Sole one around. Gets its share of travelers. Perhaps you'll learn something there. Besides, the innkeep's my cousin. Tell her Bram sent you. She'll treat you like family.
Not a bad idea. Especially since that wound needs cleaning.
Ah, beast barely grazed me. But sure, could use a good rye. Nice and cool, you know, straight from a cellar.
Let's go.
He's alright. He's not worse for wear. He got to tidy up his wound though. All right, cool, Bram. Well, thank you, buddy. You seemed a reasonable guy. Just talk to me a second. No, there's nothing to say. That's fine. Bless him. Okay, he wasn't with anybody, but oh no, look, there's two dead people. Yeah, I'd feel bad. I'd feel like a skew if I asked him for money. All right, cool. Let's keep traveling. Let's head on over to the inn then.
So, a griffin this close to the village? Strange.
My thoughts exactly. In the forest or the mountains, sure, but here? You're near the main road.
Maybe it's the war. Corpses everywhere, the stench of blood, burnt flesh. Drives monsters crazy sometimes.
Men, too. We need to watch ourselves in White Orchard. And we should leave as soon as we learn anything.
Yeah. Make no assumptions. Trust no one, I guess. We'll see. Anyway, populated areas. Near in the village. Don't disturb the peace, Senior Star. Remember, town guards and hired watchmen won't tolerate theft, and also won't look kindly on you accosting others. Senior Star. Local residents often erect notice boards near settlements such as villages and cities. They're marked on your map. Examine them to learn about contracts, work for witches, and local happenings. Okay, I'm not trying to run these people over.
My gran told me about Smith's boy, but I went missing one day, so folk had a witchman that was hunting nearby.
Hold to dismount.
When he started his skin was so wham bam.
Oh. Cutscene.
It was some drowner that had sat on it. Witcher had naught to do with it.
Oh yeah, here we go. Let's get some drinks in. Get the bevies in. Easy there, mate. Jeez, where are you going? These savages.
What? Take that down before there's trouble.
Oh.
That is a coat of arms, the Temerian lilies. They've a right to hang there.
This ain't Temeria no more, old man. It's Nilfgaard now.
Wow, so the Nilfgaardian Empire just literally moved in. Oh. Looks like you're gonna have fisticuffs here, buddy. No? He doesn't care enough. Alright. Innkeeper's gonna take it down just to be on the safe side by the looks of it.
What? Witches?
This guy's got some interesting talents.
Weevil-ass freaks.
Weevil-arsed freaks. Yeah, I'm not trying to start anything, mate. We just want to drink.
Pardon for those thugs.
Let's drink with you.
We're used to it.
Folk are jumpy round here. Armies just passed through. Now a griffin's prowling about.
Mm-hmm. Already had the pleasure. Ran into your kinsman, Bram.
Bram? How is he?
Alive. Sends his regards.
Master Witches. Food and drink on the house. What can I get you?
There we go. Options marked with the bag. We'll open the shop panel. Oh, cool. She gave us 4 roasted chicken legs. Oh! Well. Bram's cousin. I like you. There we go. That's why we didn't ask him for money. I mean, we could have just taken his money and then... He might have said, yeah, I think if you'd said to Bram, yeah, give me money, he would have been like, oh, yeah. And maybe he'd given us a few crowns and then not said anything else. So he would have missed out on chicken. Roast chicken legs. 4 of them. So that's why you help people, because you get food. Right? Anyway. Let's see what she's got then, I guess.
Show me what you got behind the counter.
Buy and sell using the shop panel. Press A to make a purchase. And B to close. Okay. So, okay, yeah, this is what we've got. You can't sell them back to her because she just gave them to us. That's perfectly reasonable. I don't want to sell... Okay, so with the... you can only sell the correct type of items to the appropriate vendors. So she doesn't want to buy alchemy ingredients or random letters. She would buy food, I guess, but obviously she gave that to us for free, so she doesn't want to give us money instead. She would buy that. I guess we want to save that. Let's see what she got. Right, okay, she's got Gwent cards. Should I buy them now? I could buy them later, maybe. Oh, she got alchemy ingredients. Yeah, I know I need dwarven spirits. 47 gold. Apples 5 a pop. Milk 34 gold. My God. So I guess they're not actually gold. They're whatever the currency's, what metal it's made out of. The crowns are, you know, they can't buy much. There you go. A bottle of water, 21 crowns. That's, you know, that's kind of expensive. It seems like a lot. Wow, check that out. Maybe this gives you some insight into the world of The Witcher. Fresh water, 21 crowns. A bottle of vodka, less than half the price. Homemade pepper vodka. That sounds wild. I need it though. Alkahest. That's what we need for our as a very important basic alchemy ingredient. I'm going to buy it right now. Mandrake cordial, cherry cordial, Nilfgaardian lemon. I know I need some of those. Baked apple. So you got 29 crowns for a baked apple. There you go. Potato. 58! Fancy potato. It's 58 crowns. Bread is only 9. Okay, just bread. Crappy old bread. Okay, excellent. I'll be eating a few of those. Oh, dumpling. Nom-lat. Oh, they're only 5. And it's cheaper and just as effective as bread. I think Geralt's been living on dumplings for a minute. Cheese is expensive. A whole chicken is expensive. The chicken legs are 42. She gave us 4 of those. So it's kind of like she gave us, by our own prices in the shop, that's like what? Like 168 crowns, basically. That's a lot of money she gave us, equivalent. Eggs are nice and cheap. Potatoes. Plums are cheap. That's cool. Grapes are expensive. Okay. How much for these cards? 20, 70, 8. Oh, I already have that. Guess you don't need it again, right? No, I could buy the Gwent cards for half our money. I won't at the minute. I'll wait till we come back here. So nothing to buy, nothing to sell right at the minute. Let's cut to the chase. We're looking for a woman.
Looking for a woman. Raven-haired, violet eyes, dresses in black and white. Riding in from Willoughby. And, strange as it sounds, lilac and gooseberries might have smelled that.
I've not seen nor smelt such a lady. Believe I'd remember.
Yeah, especially hard to forget this one.
Plenty of travellers about, though.
Little poke there at
Folk from all
Geralt.
over. Might be worth your while to ask after
her. Okay. Look, yeah. So that icon there ends the dialogue. Okay. All right. Your place is pretty busy.
Pretty busy place you got.
Nations on the move. Some search for kin, others just want to get out of the way of the armies. They all need food, drink, and a night's rest in warmth.
So, war's been good for your trade?
Aye, so far. But it'd be best to know peace again. Times like these, you never know what tomorrow will bring.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, obviously she had more people coming through, so she's made more money than usual. But the fact of the matter is, when you're in a war zone, soldiers could roll through here, take all her stuff, burn her in down, or whatever, you know, so... Yeah, she's right. Better to have peace, you would think. Always buy the Gwent card, C-Star. No, I'm definitely planning on playing Gwent. Yeah,
Show
I'm
me
excited
what you got
about it.
behind the counter.
So let me ask you this. This card says I already have it. Should I be buying an extra card of it? Or should I only be trying to get one of each card? Answer that and stay fashionable. So yeah, I'm going to need to buy these eventually at some point. So I guess I'll just go and buy them, right? Do I need that extra one that I have a duplicate of? That is the question. I think Okay. Yeah, unique card, special ability, type bond. Place next to a card the same name to double the strength of both cards. Okay, so I should probably buy it because I have 2. Yeah, I didn't know if this like is pointless buying extra. So really what I should do is just acquire and buy every single card I come across, just to add them into the collection. And if I end up with like 50 of the same card, there's no point in having it. Then I'll worry about that then. But for now, if I see Gwent cards, buy them. But yeah, in that case, if they have the special ability type bond, definitely buy them. Cool. Cute. Okay, and we can buy dumplings and bread if I need them, but I'm gonna just save money for now. Okay. The Griffin. Has anyone put a contract out on it? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. We are witchers that kill monsters for money, and also the Griffin attacked my friend, so...
There a contract on that Griffin?
Nay, not at the moment.
Oh.
Used to be.
Oh.
As soon as a beast had built a nest nearby, the alderman would start a collection, or go to the Lord for help. Now the aldermen don't use the privy without asking the Black One's permission first.
The Black One's, I think it was referring to Nilfgaardians.
They hanged the Lord.
Oh.
So no contract.
The Nilfgaardians killed the local
we might
lord.
have done something, but not for free.
Yeah, there you go. That gives you some insight into how witchers work. If anyone could hunt down and kill that Griffin, Geralt and Vesemir would be able to. However, if there's no benefit to them personally to do so, no one locally is giving them money to do it. They're just like, well, it's not our problem. Find someone who's going to give us money for it. And that's definitely how I'm going to play Geralt, mostly, in terms of, like, interactions. We'll see how it pans out. Anyway, thank you for everything.
Thanks. For everything.
There you go, we made a friend.
Help you bandage that up?
Please. I'm not decrepit yet.
Yeah.
Then I'll ask about Yennefer.
Mm-hmm. Just remember, we'd rather not draw any attention.
Yes. Kind of tricky.
Been out measuring the fields.
Let him measure. Better that than burning the harvest.
Oh, Drommel, you're dumber than a headless cockerel. Why are they marking out them lines, eh? Passing out their patrimony. Give it to their own.
Oh, there's a... Ah, there we go. It's from the game menu, not the... Ah, there we go. Welcome to the Gwent deck builder. Oh! Gwent players use their own customized decks. Use this panel to manage your decks. Excellent. You build one deck for each of the 4 factions. Northern Realms, Nilfgaard, Monsters, and Skytale, which I believe they're like elves or wood folk. Forest folk. So, bump switch between the decks. Each faction features a number of unique cards that encourage a different style of play. Each faction has a faction perk. Nilfgaard wins any round that ends in a draw. Northern Realms grants an extra card after every victorious round. Skytale decides who takes the first turn of a battle. Interesting. Monsters keeps a random unit card on the battlefield after each round. Interesting. So basically, obviously, Scoo and Sea Star and anybody else is familiar with this game and Gwent knows how this works. But to give you the very basic rundown, you have your cards. You play against an opponent. You get each player gets a starting hand, and I think you draw a card each turn. And there's other ways to draw extra cards. Or maybe you don't draw a card each turn, and we'll find out. But basically, you take it in turns to put cards out. And very roughly speaking, there are 3 rounds of the game. Any cards you commit to a single round are used up for the whole game. So that's like the main mechanic. Trying to win the first round but not using too much of your resources, you won't be able to win the subsequent rounds. And also knowing when to cut your losses. As it's best of 3, I always found it better to just try and do everything you can to win the first round, just because that puts you in a position where you only have to win 1 more round, whereas your opponent has to win the next 2 rounds. But you know, you best just play it by ear and decide in the moment what you feel is the best thing to do. That's very roughly how it works. And in terms of the factions, they'll just have similar but different abilities. But I think I was quite fond of the monsters and Nilfgaard. And I think our main deck to start with is the Northern Realms. They're all good though. The leader card as well. Each deck has 1 leader. Press X to see their ability. There we go. So I believe this is the one Foltest, the King of Temeria. Not anymore. Was the one I just picked up, right? One that I just bought. Press A to choose the highlighted leader card. Each leader has a unique ability. Use it to turn the tide of battle in your favor. Leader cards that you do not own a lot. They can be available to you once they have been acquired. Okay. All the cards you own, which can be used, are in this faction, are shown on the left. And our current deck is the one on the right. Excuse me. A deck must consist of at least 22 unit cards. It can also contain up to 10 special cards. You can include more than 22 unit cards in your deck, but remember that doing so obviously decreases your chance of drawing your most powerful cards. Therefore, like in Magic the Gathering, best bet is to have the minimum number of cards. But if you're having trouble deciding, maybe don't worry about it. Your deck is currently 2 unit cards short, as indicated in the red number, or 1. You must now use 2 unit cards to the left. That's fine. So I guess it doesn't really matter. So you look at the cards here. The number in the top left is its power. So more power equals better. The orange circle is its there's 3 rows basically, which for the most part don't matter, but they have other factors that can increase them. So the catapult is the back row, the artillery row. The bow is the middle row, the ranged row, and the sword is the front row, the melee row. And some cards have various different abilities that do certain things. So yes, sort of the card on the battlefield returns to your hand. Yeah, decoys are excellent. There you go. So this hand, the tight bond, if you put it next to any other card with the same name, they double up their power. I assume. There we go. You can exit the deck builder by pressing B. And in the deck builder for a match, press Y to begin playing or B to quit. Okay. Okay, so I mean, I'm inclined to I need to look at these cards here. So 5 ranged. There we go. That's an easier way of looking through them. These are all my cards here. So we've got a few specials here. Biting Frost. This is where the different rows come into play. Reduce the strength of all close combat cards to 1 for both players. So obviously the advantage of that is if you don't have close combat cards out, but your opponent does, you can instantly adjust the score, so to speak. Fog does the same to ranged, and Rain does the same to your siege combat. So for these reasons, you kind of want to focus on one over the other, or kind of keep an eye on what your opponent is doing to make use of your weather cards. Clear weather removes all of the abilities. For example, if the enemy, I put out They're my trebuchets, my artillery. Siege cards, that's what the catch-all term is. They put out rain. They're like, aha! I've got the upper hand, and then I just put out clear weather, which removes it all. But anyway, these characters. So 6 ranged, 6 artillery, and again, and again, and again. 5. So yeah, some of the actual these are obviously characters on the story that death mold vests. We don't know these people yet. Maybe we'll meet them later on. We'll see. Yeah, I remember right. See, how could I forget Gwen? There you go. Got a 5 close combat, 5 ranged, 5 ranged. 5 close combat. What's his special ability? Spy. Place on your opponent's battlefield, counts towards the opponent's total, and draw 2 cards from your deck. Spies are amazing. So you're thinking, oh, why are you giving a card to the enemy? It's because I get 2. So I think the way it works, you have your deck of 22 with special cards. Each player draws X number of cards, and I don't think I think you only draw 1 extra per round. So you kind of, whatever you have in your starting hand, that's all you have. So I could give them this Prince Stennis guy to give them 5 when it's not necessarily going to benefit them, or maybe it will. And that's going to get me 2 extra cards on top of it. So if you assume that the 2 cards I draw will be more than 5 points, then it's definitely to my advantage. I love the spy cards. Regardless of how good they are, they're well worth having in your deck. You're giving your opponent 1 advantage, so you gain 2. Love it. So medic, choose 1 card from your discard pile and play it instantly. Not heroes or special cards. So that's amazing, because that's another 2 for 1. That's a card you've lost in the previous round or had been destroyed. You're getting to replay. So we've got 4 ranged, 4 melee, but this is the Blue Stripes Commando, who we've got 2 of now. Poor fucking infantry. Oh, it's a war veteran. Spare me a crown? No, mate. Poor fucking infantry. We've got Redanian, the foot soldier. There we go. Cadwenny, siege expert. Only a 1, but he's got a morale boost, +1 to all other units, including himself. So he's really a 2. Amazing. And then as our decoy. Decoy is great. You swap it with any card on the battlefield to return it to your hand. So if you've maybe already won the round, or even if you lost the round, you can chuck that in to get the benefit. I believe, I could be mistaken, but I believe you can even use your decoy with your own spies. I'm not sure, though. I'm not sure about that. But anyway. So I want to put my best units in, basically. So let's put everything in and then decide what to take out. No, we don't even need to do that. So usually you want to remove your lower numbers. So so this guy, boosting up the same as him. I don't have that, but he's got a higher number. The catapult will definitely get in. And then we've got 2 there, which he's not doing much. Oh, it's already got the numbers there, I see. So yeah, these guys are not doing anything at all, basically. So I still need to remove 1. So I've got 2 of those. I don't need to remove 1. But I kind of might as well. You gotta like the music, I feel. Now, okay, so I've got 2 of each weather by the looks of it. I guess I'll keep those in. What's the other special then? Oh, maybe your leader card counts as a special as well. So I guess I'll remove one of these 4s. We'll remove this Sheldon guy. Just to cut it down. I think that's right, isn't it? Yeah, we've got to have at least 22. Okay. Obviously he's a 4, which is better than, you know, some of these ones here. But, the fact that they boost each other up. But then they're only 1s. I might take those 2 guys out, actually. I'm taking up a bit. So, unless I get more of them. Yeah, okay. I want to take those 2 guys out, get Sheldon back in, and this Yarpin guy. Yeah, it might be more useful. Because these guys, the poor fucking infantry are only any good if you get both of them out at the same time. Anyway, you never use the 1s at all. Yeah, that's the thing. They've got that nice special ability, C-Star, but they're just a 1, so it's like... Yeah. Right, so I think we should look at our leader card. So I think this is the one the game gave us, and this is the one we just bought in the store, wasn't it? So yes, his leader ability. So I think the leaders just sit there, and once on one point, any time in the match, you can use their ability for your turn, and then you basically just take it in turns placing cards. It can be good to stall for a second sometimes. So King of Temeria fog test. Pick an impenetrable fog card from your deck and play it instantly. So if it's not in your hand, let's give you an extra card. And obviously fog messes with the ranged. And the Lord Commander version of fog test. Clear any weather effects in play. So that's like a free use of your clear weather. I might take him because that's like a free card. So that's pulling a free card out of your deck that you don't already have. He's actually just giving you a free card that doesn't even exist. I bet the other leader versions of him are better, but... So I'll go with the Lord Commander. Okay, there we go. That's our current deck. The Shkoyatel there, we don't have anything. All the monsters, or the Nilfgaardian Empire. I need to get cards. We've just got the one deck at the minute. There we go, guys. Sorry about the explanation there. God, I don't know if we're going to have any time to even play any Gwent. Excuse me, or do anything. Yes, we want to save the game for sure. Oh, you get loads of autosaves. Oh my god.
Yes? What is it, Wolf?
Been on the path for half a year now, have we?
Realize it's been half a year since we hunted down that fiend in Varun.
Yes. Well, that was more than a fiend. What was that bastard's name? Drugan? May the soil lie light upon him. Things used to be simpler. Monsters were bad, humans good. Now, everything's all confused.
Used to be exactly the same. You've just forgotten.
Well, not to point up my age. You're near a century old yourself.
What? Wow, I'd forgotten that. Geralt is nearly 100 years old. Okay, so Witcher blood makes you super longevity, I guess. Sorry, raggedy cuticle. So how old is Vesemir? He must, if Geralt's almost 100, wonder how old he is exactly. Then surely Vesemir must be like, you'd think, what, 30 years on him? Maybe more. I don't know. Oh my god, you're making me hungry, Scoo. I'll go for noodles. I don't know what I've got tonight. Yeah, see you later.
See you later, Vesemir.
Interesting, though. Alright, kitty. Meow. Excuse me, friend.
I'm looking for someone.
A
And we seek some peace and quiet.
Out of my face, freak. For your breath sours my beer.
Wow. You just call this guy... Doesn't this guy not look intimidating enough? Get out of my face, freak. Anyway, dialogue, Axie. That's the mind manipulation one, isn't it? Options marked with the symbol. Use the Axie sign. The sign influences people's minds, causing them to act according to your will. These are not the droids you're looking for. Right? It's very Star Wars-like, isn't it? Very Jedi-like. Charm more stubborn individuals who would otherwise resist during a conversation. Invest in delusion ability in the character panel. So there's an upgrade you can get to make this stronger. Should I just use it on him? Just want to talk. Yeah, he's already made up his mind, so... I don't want to use my Jedi mind tricks on people, but when it's obviously not gonna work, like, there's no point in me being like, hey, fellas! They've already told me how they feel, so... Let me use my Jedi mind powers. Always use it, see, it's always for the best, is it? And sorceresses, witches live very long as well.
Red-haired woman dressed in black
XP
and
as
white.
well.
Seen
Thank
her?
you.
Talk.
Folks say the lady rode through the village a few days back. Galloping so fast she knocked Radabor into a ditch.
Which way did she go?
Dunno. Lots of tracks leading off the main road. Could have gone anywhere.
Boy, people! The freak's taken Micah's mind!
Uh-huh. And I'll take your tongue if you don't shut up.
Oh, okay. I'll sit down. Okay, I guess I'm done with these guys.
Be gone! We'll not talk to you.
I've drunk enough. My head's spinning.
Take the hooch. Wizardry.
Right, okay, so, apparently Yen did come through the village about 2 days ago. Didn't stop, galloped right on through. Okay. Right, don't need anything else from Elsa.
More, there are 4 factions.
4 what?
Oh.
Factions, teams, suits, similar to clubs and spades, except each suit has its own face cards. There are also special cards.
Wouldn't you rather play war? It's like to be near dawn before you get your game in your noggin.
Yeah. Excuse me, sir. You playing some Gwent? Might have time for a game of Gwent,
What
guys.
a waste of time. The Earth shall revolve around the sun before you comprehend these rules.
The Earth shall revolve around the sun.
Why not? Aldert Geert, Assistant Professor in Contemporary History at Oxenfurt Academy.
Geralt of Rivia. Witcher, with tenure. I'm looking for a woman. Long hair, dressed in black and white. Seen anyone like that?
Of course not. Unlike the populace, I know the horsewoman of war is pure poppycock.
The horsewoman of war.
Horsewoman of war. What's that about?
Folks say an omen. A beautiful phantom rides the fields at night, looks as you described her. Armies follow her, and all who cross her path meet with misfortune.
I can vouch for the last bit. Know where they saw her?
No, facts interest me, not fairy tales.
Has the war come to Novigrad yet?
War reached Novigrad yet?
Nope, but it's only a matter of time. Nilfgaard on one bank, Redania on the other, drooling over the city like dogs over a juicy bone.
Many a ruler's choked on that bone.
True. We value our liberty in Novigrad, and we know how to fight for it.
The scholars especially.
The sword is not the only weapon. Do not forget, architects from our academy designed the city walls. Walls no war machine has ever crumbled.
Indeed. Why are you here, though, buddy?
Not a place I'd ever expect to find a scholar. Take it you're fleeing the war?
Quite the opposite. Chasing it. I'm headed for the front.
Tired of life?
I seek knowledge, which I value more than life itself. I've a thirst no dusty old tomes can quench. I wish to see the Nilfgaardian invasion with my own eyes, understand it, and record it all in my chronicle, my magnum opus.
Okay, good for you, buddy. Interesting, Seastar. Thank you for looking up. So he's at least 200. God, so Geralt's a little whippersnapper by comparison. Wow, but maybe as old as 600. That's wild. So I guess that while they live for extremely extended age spans, life expectancies, obviously if a griffin or something else kills you, then you're dead. You can't, they're not like extra tough. Well, I guess they are kind of extra tough, but they can't survive a shanking, but they do live for a while. Go back to your books while you can. Write about the war, what it's really like. I'm not going to tell him to scurry home. If he's got the balls to come out to the war, the front line, or close to the front lines, because he's like interested in doing scholarly things for the sake of it. Somebody should do that. Write about the war, buddy. Do it.
Interesting. We need somebody to describe war, what it's really like. Not colorful banners and generals making moving speeches, but rape, violence, and thoughtless cruelty.
Ah, I see you lack the polish of the Academy. Rape and cruelty are details of no import to the war's course. Trinkets on the garment of conflict, one might say.
Tell that to the people whose houses burned down.
Okay. Goodbye,
Gotta
then.
go. So long.
A moment, Witcher. You strike me as a man of the world. Are you familiar with Gwent?
No, and I don't have time to learn.
But the rules are quite simple.
That's not
Come,
true.
let's play.
That's not true. What are you talking about, Geralt? We do have time to play. Man of the world. Want to play some Gwent? We'll play this one game, then we'll have to end the stream. But we're gonna be right back on this tomorrow, guys. All right.
Why not?
Splendid. Here's how it's done.
I know. I want to destroy you. Do you want to begin the Gwent tutorial? I honestly don't think I need to. Let's just do it. We've got our cards. We made our deck. We're starting to change the leader. Start the game. Bring it on, bro. You will... Right, so flip a coin to see who goes first. Ah, there we go. So this gives you your hand. What's going to be in your hand to start with. Okay. It's got some decent numbers there. Cool. We've got our spy. More decent numbers there. Cool. We want both of these. So then it... so how many cards is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you get 10 cards out of what is for us is a 31 card deck. So we've got basically a third of our deck. Then you also get to choose 2 cards to shuffle back into your deck and redraw. Now, so basically the idea is you look at your 10 cards and choose this is my advice, always do this. Unless you're literally got the best cards in your entire deck, always do this. Even if you're not sure, just basically choose the 2 cards out of your 8 that seem the crappiest to you. Now, weather cards are just backups, basically. And I might even take one of these out at some point. So I'm inclined to get rid of these, especially considering the fact that our leader card has a built-in clear weather. So even if we pull different weather types, this seems like a good idea. I'm going to redraw. And it does it immediately. There we go. So I've got rid of the clear weather for an 8-point catapult. Yeah, so redraw when you can. I'll do the other weather as well. There we go. And that gives me a 5. So the round starts. So I need to decide what do I want to try and win, or do I want to try and waste his cards? Now, first things first, let's have a look at his leader card. Right, okay, so he can play a rain card from his deck and play it instantly at any time, which would utterly wreck my my siege cards. So I need to watch for that. So I like to generally play second and be reactive. Obviously, you don't get a choice. I'm going to play, firstly, give him Prince Dennis. That'll give him 5 points and put him in the lead, but that'll get me 2 extra cards. I don't believe there is a limit to your hand size. It's probably impossible to draw your entire deck into your hand, but in theory, if you could, that would work. The thing I need to watch out for is, or what's to our advantage is, he's got 10 cards in his hand, as we do. I've got a lot more cards in my deck as backup. So I'm going to give him Prince Stennis as a spy. So you probably look over on the left. The number in blue and the number down below where we are in yellow, that's your current points. At the point, so basically you just keep taking in turns playing cards until you choose to pass your turn and say, I'm done. I don't want any more to do with this round. And when both players have chosen to do that, the round ends, and whoever has the most points wins that round. And it's the best of 2. All the cards you've played are gone to your graveyard. You don't. So if you splooge your entire hand on the first round, you've got nothing to play the second 2 rounds. However, my recollection of the AI is that they will always try and beat you. They'll always try and match you where possible. But it's hard to know for certain what is for the best, and sometimes you do have to play it by ear. Now I've just got a rain there, which is not actually going to help me. That's fine. So I think the best thing to do is to try and fake him out a little bit. You don't want to just give in the round straight away. So what I usually do is play my weaker cards to force him to keep going or pass if he thinks he's got the upper hand. Okay, there you go. 9 to my 4. Cool, 9 and 9. What are we going to do now, buddy? Okay, you're going to get another 2 in. Okay, you can do that. That's fine. You can do that. Okay, I'm going to put in another 5. Okay, it's 2 ahead. I'm going to put in another 5. Alright, we're both going all in on this one. Right, 20 to 19. He's got 5 cards in hand still. Let's play this spray. I'm going to try and beat him on the first round. It's always best to do that. Now, so we're in an interesting situation. So I'm 25 to his 23, so I've got the upper hand at the minute. But it's my turn. I have to take a turn. I can end the turn and say, oh, I can beat him. But then all he has to do is put a card with 3 in or more, and he's beaten me. This is where I try to get clever. Oh, hang on, let me get rid of... right, Scoo. Sorry. Oh, you guys already got rid of it. Thank you. Thank you, Squidge. Upgrade your stream on Viewers Shop. Viewers.shop. I've got plenty of viewers. I'm not looking at numbers. There's 20 lovely people here right now, hanging out, whether they're lurking or whatever. Wait. Viewers.shop. Fuck off. Nobody cares. I'm very happy with what is going on. These people here are fine. They want to be here. I don't need fake nonsense from you. If I was a bazillionaire, I would not come to you for viewers. Sort your life out. Viewers.shop. Anyway, thank you, Squidge, for taking care of that. So, this is where I like to do clever stuff. Now, he hasn't used any siege engines. Now, in my subsequent turns, I've only got siege cards left, so I kind of want to hang on to these, if at all possible. And obviously, the torrential rain messes up my siege engines in general. So I'm going to play that, even though this is going to have no actual effect for either of us, just to use my turn without committing any more troops. And then force, there you go, you see the rain on either side now. Just to force him to play something. Now we're equal. And he's at 3. But yeah, he's only got 3 cards though. I am going to pass the turn. I don't know what happens if it's a draw. And force him to play another card to beat me. If he can. Pass the round. We're equal at the minute. So he will beat me the first round. Ah, he wins the tie because it's Nilfgaard. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. But now, he's only got to win 1 round, but I've got to win 2 rounds. However, he's only got 3 cards. So it's like, bro, what are you going to do, buddy? Just one of you discard pile and play instantly. No heroes or special cards. So I assume. Ah, okay. Your discard deck goes elsewhere. I was looking for Stennis, but because I gave the card to him, it goes in his graveyard. Obviously, I'll get it back after the match. So here's what we're gonna do. He's only got 2 cards. I don't see how he can actually beat me. It's catapult and trebuchet. Okay. I'm just gonna put our trebuchet in. My solid 6. And he's gonna make it rain. With his rain card. Ah, okay. I'll see what you did there, buddy. Bring into your hand, does it? Plays it instantly. I'm going to put my Siege Expert just to force the issue. So I've still got the upper hand. He's got 1 card. And he's played his Biting Frost. What an absolute idiot. Opponent has passed. He had to pass. So I will end the turn and automatically win. See my 3 to his 0. Well, that's 1 round apiece. Now we move on to round 3. We're equal. Whoever wins this round wins the match. My faction ability draws. I draw an extra card. He's literally got nothing in hand. He's got literally nothing to play. I'll pass the turn. Won the round. Yeah, it's nothing. He realises there's nothing he could do. There you go, and that's your final score. So we both went all in on round 1. Both got 25 points, but that got him the win because of his faction. But then he had nothing to play. I got round 2 3-0 to me. Round 3 8-0, and I still had cards to play. He had nothing in hand. That's Gwent. That's Gwent, folks. That's how you win. Not ideal. Not an ideal game. I always prefer, if possible, to win the first round, or if I can't win, like I couldn't here, or at least I didn't want to commit and force the issue, you get them to expend as much of their hand as they can just to get their first round and save yourself enough to win the second 2 rounds, the second and third round. Obviously, that was the very first match in the game. They get much tougher and more mechanics and more drawn out stuff, but that's the basics. On one handily there.
Well,
Garuda! All right,
then,
then, bro.
knack for this game.
I do. I've played a bit.
If you ever find yourself in Oxenfurt and wish to play a true master, ask for Stepan. A simple innkeep by trade, but a true maestro when it comes to Gwent.
Okay.
I'll remember that. Thanks.
Stepan, innkeeper in Oxenfurt, a maestro of Gwent. A miraculous guide to Gwent. Oh, the tome you hold in your hands, commissioned by the most gracious Duke de Berry, shall make use of magic most arcane to display which Gwent cards are currently missing from your collection. I don't think this was in the version of the game I played. You need but open it and repeat in your mind, how about a round of Gwent, and the following shall appear. So 47 in Velen, 36 Novigrad, 28 Skellige, 1 in the Royal Palace of Vizima, 1 in Kaemoran. Number of new cards, which skill can be won from players of no particular renown or skill. That's just randos. If you play the randos and beat them, you sometimes get a card. 47. So that's the complete collection there. For how many cards we need. That's amazing. This item did not exist when I played the game last. There we go. Zoltan Chevay. We got a new card. Excellent. But how you doing, Garida? Are you well, bro? It has. We've done like a chunky old chat, and we've started. We started The Witcher, which I don't know if you're familiar with it, Garida. You've played it. We are right at the beginning of the game, but we need to finish the stream because I've gone over. But so be it. Let me just have a little look at my new, not tutorial, no, back. New card I just picked up. Oh, there we go. Sultan Jiray. I assume that's not the name of the dragon. I assume that's the fella in front. So if I pop him in. He was a 5, so I need to remove 1 card. That's not great. Yeah, so even if I just say remove the 2, that's an upgrade in our deck there. I've put in a 5 and removed a 2. That's a direct upgrade. What I'll also do, just to facilitate getting more stuff out, I'm going to... While I'm sat on full test the Lord Commander there, I'm going to remove both my clear weathers. Because he's got a built-in clear weather. I'm going to remove 1 of each of the other weathers. So I'll keep 1 of each. I'll keep 1 frost, 1 fog, and 1 rain. But I don't know that I need 2 of each. What that will facilitate is us manage... I'll definitely keep the decoy. Love me a decoy. That will facilitate us getting more of our actual attack troop unit cards in. There we go. Much improved deck already. I'll speak to you in a minute, bro. Or not a minute, but tomorrow. I'm going to save it right here. And that was that, folks. Let me every merchant. Let me jump over here. C-Star, I will play every single person we come across. Don't worry about that. I did not become a Sith, Scoo. Yeah, Gruder. Are you a Star Wars fan at all, Gruder? We did a comprehensive, almost, thanks to Atheline for redeeming it for us. What lightsaber color are you? And after 20 extremely thought-provoking questions, one of them was a dud. One of the 20 questions was a bit of a dud. The rest were reasonable. I'm green. I am of the green lightsaber, as is Root, as is Caged Wolf, as is Atheline. Bark and Squidge got white. Scoo got purple. And King Udon got red. Yeah, you're probably similar to me, Garuda. So what this came about, we yesterday we completed Jedi Fallen Order. I'm not a massive Star Wars fan, Garuda. You may have heard me say that before, but in case you hadn't, I'll tell you. It's fine, isn't it? It's great. I grew up watching the original trilogy. I think most kids around our age did. And I like it. I liked it a lot. But I never got into it. I was never like, oh, Star Wars, amazing. Like, Scoo is a massive Star Wars fan. Jack is a massive Star Wars fan. Who else? We've had a few of them around here. Yeah, King Udon seemed to know what he's talking about as well. Sleight of Game, Steph Babies, they're both massive Star Wars fans. Yeah, it's your life, seemingly, Scoo. I'll respect it. Mike is as well. But yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. But yes, Screw is insisting I'm a red lightsaber guy. I'm not. It might be the best color, but it's not. Because I'm not evil. But yeah. Yeah, how's Raven? And how's everything going? Got Wi-Fi set up. Right. So it was today your final moving day. Your final moving day. I know you've been moving stuff over the past week or so, right? Okay, get rid of Steam. Don't need Steam up. Yeah, it's if you ever takes your fancy, Gruder, I as a non-Star Wars fan, but as a fan of general video games, I can say that I massively enjoyed Jedi Fallen Order. It was a really good video game, and the story is and characters are interesting enough to drag you along for the ride. Excellent, very very fun game. I'm not suddenly like a massive Star Wars fan and wanting to do everything else related to Star Wars, but yeah, as a non-Star Wars fan, it was good. The best way to put it, it showed me as a non-fan the franchise, the setting, the Star Wars universe in a good light. I was like, yeah, this is cool. I like this. I like what I'm seeing. Yeah, there you go. So today was the bed moving day, Root. Okay, yeah. So this is like essentially your proper move day. Not you still got to pick a few bits up. But yeah, well, good on you. Good on you, Root. Let's hope it's all. Let's hope I hope you're going to be happy there, Root, and you stay there for a while, and you know, Raven is okay with it, and everything is everything is smooth sailing from here on out. 8 days it comes out, Scoo. You let us know how it is, buddy. It's probably going to be a while before we get around to it, but who knows? Maybe I'll win that competition. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that, buddy. I assume, Mike, your lightsaber color is red. Am I right in thinking that? Oh, that's plenty of time. Oh, Root, that's good. A month. Yeah, no, of course. Yeah. My God, usually you're rushing around. The day you're moving your bed is the day you also have to get everything out of the house. That's good. I hope so as well. Root. Yeah, I thought so, Mike. I'm green, buddy. I'm like green lightsaber. Make of that what you will, Mike. But yeah. Yeah, no, of course, yeah. The sooner you get everything out, don't leave it to the last minute, right? Yeah. Yeah, Mike, literally one of the questions was, if you were a character in the Star Wars universe, what would be your nickname? And one of the 6 answers was the Lord of Darkness. It was literally your name. So, yeah, it seems appropriate. Yeah. But guys, thank you so much for being here. I've had a wonderful stream today. We did a chunky old chat, and we started The Witcher. Obviously, we've done very little. Well, we got the initial cutscene. We've been through all the menus, explained the situation, add a word about the characters. We know what the main mission is. We're playing as Geralt, the Witcher. He, you know, the land is torn by war, not their business. And he, along with his mentor Vesemir, are trying to track down Yennefer, Geralt's on and off girlfriend, I guess, for lack of a better term. Not exactly, but not exactly, if that makes sense. Because she's got something very important to talk about. and she's not a bullshitter. Yeah, she's on the move, so we've got to track her down. More importantly than any of that is we've got our first Gwent deck, and we're going to be playing a lot of Gwent tomorrow. Yeah, it's like that, Garuda. So they've been on and off for many years, basically. They're good friends, and they care about each other, but then they're like go through periods of being romantically involved and then not. I guess Geralt can't help himself, which, I mean, you know, she's a good-looking lady. This, you know, won't really deny it. Oh yeah, C-Star, I'm absolutely loving it. Yeah, sorry we didn't get more into the game. We're literally in the inn. We got to talk to people and start exploring our surroundings, basically. Much monster fighting and Gwent to ensue. I'm very excited. I didn't think I was going to be this excited, actually, C-Star, honestly. I think it was part of me is because I was like, oh, I've played that game, I've done that game. But it was a long time ago now. And it looks and feels really, really tuned up since when I played the original version. They've done improvements to the UI and the controls. And it looks significantly better, even on my basic PC. So I'm very happy. Thank you for being here. Thank you to Lady Lunala for the follow. Thank you. Don't want to assume we had to follow yesterday from Alexander as well. Yeah, I never know how I feel when people follow and they don't say anything. On one hand, I want to assume it's a real person. And that they absolutely are like, yeah, I'm not here to chat. I'm just here to watch the stream. I like what I see. Here's a follow. I'm just here to watch because I want people. I want to encourage people. I encourage lurkers, as you should, and I encourage people to, you know, just got the stream on in the background, or you're fully engaged in watching, but you don't want to speak to me. You don't want to speak to the people there. That's fine. You don't have to. You don't have to. But on the other hand, I get on my tits thanking bots. Thank you for the follow. It's a bot is. I don't know. Let's assume. Let's give benefit of the doubt. And obviously, one thing that is not a giveaway, but anytime an account doesn't have a profile picture, that's the thing. That being said, though, my 4 buddies from Final Fantasy 11. They don't have profile pictures. They simply have Twitch accounts, but maybe Kyle was hanging out and chatting with us, and also Rockpot, who stopped in the other day, followed and was having a chat for a minute, not for long, but they were clearly real people talking. None of them have profile pictures, so it's like I shouldn't assume, should I? Yeah, and that's the thing, and I hope that if any of those people there are here now and they've heard that, they go, oh no, Iznib's a dickhead. No, I'm not, honestly. It's just understand that we've had problems, as a lot of channels have over the past couple of years on Twitch, with bots and like big follows and all the random crap. Some channels like to have anonymous follows to even alleviate that social anxiety even more, Scoo. So rather than me saying, oh, thank you, Lady Lunala might be like, oh no, he saw the follow. He's named me on stream. Oh no, and then and Lady Lunala like runs away because that's like too much pressure. So some people have anonymous follows, so they're not being called out by name. I don't know. I'm kind of split on whether I think that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, or whether it's like a preferable thing. Again, maybe this is what we were talking about with like Triller yesterday, and certain people's behaviours, human behaviour, which is basic scientific human psychology, because of my presumably tismy brain or my own experiences, I just can't imagine feeling certain ways that some people do. Certain people feel a certain way about things and react to certain things, and it's not that I deny the existence of that or the reality of that. It's just because I can't understand or feel it myself. I don't understand it. That's as simple as that. That's how it is. Thank you for hydration, Greed. I'll probably need that, honestly. So, need to shut up. So yeah, that would be the worst screw if I said something and then people were inclined, you know, and they were like, "Oh, I don't want to be here now. You've said my name." But I take the stance of, well, eventually, I would love it if you joined us and because everyone here is a wonderful, lovely person who's very caring and considerate. I would hope, you know, because anyone who's socially anxious or keeps to themselves, they're only doing that out of a sense of fear or anxiety. They don't want to be on their own. They want to be involved. They want to be we all want to be involved. We all want to be seen. We all want to be heard. We all want to be recognised. We all want to be appreciated. And we all deserve to be. And if, you know, anyone who's here who speaks up and involves themselves will be, if they want to be. But, sorry, Garuda. Yeah, no doubt, Scoo. Yeah, I've noticed that about you, buddy. You, wherever you are on Twitch or Discord or whatever, you're either like super engaging and talkative, or then there might be like a couple of months I just don't hear from Scoo Squad at all. And I'm like, I hope Scoo's alright. I hope I hear if he's not. And I hope he would let me know if he's not. I would hope there's something I could do about it. Maybe there wouldn't be. But, yeah, I'm like that as well. I'm like this. I'm like, hey, it's me, Iznib, on Twitch. And then I have an open door policy. If anyone can jump in my DMs and message me about anything, I will get back to you. But if you don't, you won't hear from me. I'm just doing my own thing off stream. But you know, because I'm not being antisocial. I'm just, I you know, I like spending a certain amount of time on my own, doing my own thing. That's how it is. You get out, C-Star. You like streaming. You like hanging out here, talking to us, and whatever channels you go to. But you need time away from it as well. Now, it's not to say, you know, if I sling you a message, C-Star, on Discord, you probably see that and be like, oh yeah, it is. It's not too complicated. Help me with my algebra homework, C-Star. You're like, what the fuck off is? But otherwise, you know, you respond. But you're like, I don't need to speak to Iz right now. I'll speak to him and tomorrow. It's fine. He'll be fine without me. I'll be fine without him. And everyone else is going to be fine. And you'll hear about it if they're not, hopefully. You know. But you just want to spend some time on your own. Or, you know, in you know, with people in your own physical realm. I want to say real life. I don't like the term real life, although I do use it a lot, because it suggests that internet life, Discord life, Twitch life, this is not real. This is perfectly real, equally real. You could argue in some ways, even depending on who you are and what you're doing with it, even more real than real. But let's say the physical realm, you need, you know, you need time to just be in that place, away from all the internet stuff. I'll get it. You tell me, C-Star. It's not for me to say. Take me credit, Scoo. I've not heard it called that before. But Greedo, thank you for the hydration, buddy. Anyway, we should go and raid someone. My God, I'm fucking hungry. But my God, yeah, we're gonna get on Witcher tomorrow, folks. To wrap up the end of our stream. For this week. It's been a good week. I've greatly enjoyed myself. Thank you all for being there. But we all got one more stream to go tomorrow. Yeah, anyway, let me reload this. Who's around? What wonderful, awesome people. Lots and lots. Too many. It's always too many. Excuse me. Oh, well, I mean, there we go. Awesome people. But it's super appropriate for me because he's a good friend of mine. Some of you don't know him because he's always like working hard, and he does stream himself, but he's not like a full-time streamer. And I don't think he really has. I guess he may have a schedule, but it's like at a time when I would not be around anyway, so I'm not even sure. My good friend Casual Mur, you may know him from this channel with him playing Borderlands with me and Steph. He is streaming currently, so if you don't know Mur, hang around for a minute, assuming the raid works. It may not, so don't worry about it. Casual Mur, he's playing MLB The Show 23. I believe that is baseball. There's a baseball game. I could care less. Yeah, I guess that's technically true. I was going to say I couldn't care less. But it's Mur, so that's what matters to me. So hang around for a minute just to say hello if you want to. You don't have to. Otherwise, let me get this set up. But yeah, what I like most is that people are enthusiastic about things. I don't have to be. If they are, I'm enthusiastic about them being enthusiastic about it. There we go. I don't dislike baseball either. I'm just not into it. Yeah, what's the Major? Major is an excellent baseball anime, which is a lot of episodes, and I blasted through it, and I really enjoyed it. Also, Sean got me to watch a lengthy YouTube video series about the Seattle. No, that was Seattle. Sorry, the Seattle Mariners. Yeah, and that was fascinating. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Fair enough, C-Star. Yeah, and so I watched anime and I watched documentary. Actual baseball, I don't care. But anyway, thank you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Let's go see Mur. Message me on Discord if you need me. Take care.